I bet you all thought we weren't here, huh? Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, which means it's from the barracks, which means we bring you various airsoft news and other stuff tonight. We're going to be going over some good stuff. But before we get started, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature, but biggest heart, Papa Reese and Outfitters. We are actually going to have a couple other people on tonight. As soon as they get on, we'll kick off the AAR in high gear. One of them is going to be Wiener.
Late start.
Say his name and he shall appear. There is the Wiener Man with ATE or 8 Airsoft. Welcome, Wiener. Thank you for coming on.
Never mind. I almost said it. I almost said it, and I chose not to. I was going to say something, and I was like, nah. Let's not start off filthy. We'll get filthy later.
All right. Give you 1 second, guys. Kevin's having an issue.
Is Wiener muted already? Did we mute him already?
I did not mute him.
You muted himself.
He must have muted himself.
No, I'm not going to say it, Ryan. No. Now we got you. Yeah.
Then my headset fucked it up. Screwed it up.
Hey, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Thanks,
Look at
that. So we're going to have a couple of fun stuff tonight, guys. We're going to have an AAR tonight from Operation Firestorm 2. We are going to be having we're going to talk about some other random airsoft nonsense. Oh, we're not going to say anything, Dougie. So we're going to have a pretty good shoot tonight. We're also going to talk a little bit more about Operation Big House and any other events that we're going to be going to tonight. So let's start off with the events. We've been starting this off at the beginning of every stream now, which seems to help people find us. So our next event that I think all of us are going to is going to be Operation Big House. After that, the next event is going to be Wasteland 13, which Papa and I believe are going to.
Where's that one at?
That was at Wayne's World. That's the post-apocalyptic screen.
Oh.
The post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, you don't generally play those, do you?
Me?
No, we don't typically play them. Yes, we do.
Listen, I'm a growing boy. I need my food.
I don't have no food either.
He's not growing up though. He's only growing wide.
I wish. I don't eat all day. I had a yogurt today. So I saved this for just now.
Nice.
Plus, it's not that much. I got some sushi here and sushi there.
It is obviously Tuesday, so it's sushi night.
Crab rangoon.
Sushi? Yeah, I don't have sushi.
Of course you don't.
Of course you don't.
Because I literally just got home like 10 minutes ago.
All right, so as we've been
actually
talking,
work for a living. You fuckers don't work.
CRISPR has jumped in, but I don't see anything on no video for CRISPR. Are you there, CRISPR?
Oh.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
What's up, guys?
That's a handsome man, I gotta say. Just saying.
All right, so look, Steve Thomas watching us from the hospital.
I was just gonna say.
Wait, there it is.
Just gonna say.
Who's that? Steve's out of the hospital?
Thank you, Augie. If Augie's watching, I want to thank Augie for posting the other day. It warmed my heart, made me feel so good. He posted that he had spoken to Steve and that he was doing better, and that he was actually on the mend.
We got to see him.
Fantastic news.
Yesterday, or was it Sunday afternoon? We got
Sunday
to see him
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. Yeah,
you all saw him, but I actually
that's because you were too lame to come to the event there, Mr. Pop.
Did your gun work? Your gun work?
My gun worked awesome.
That's all I need to know. That's what I was doing. Doing that for other people.
Well, you still missed out on it, so you were a little late behind there.
Hey, Wiener.
Yo.
I forgot to get to shoot your gun again.
Yes, you did, but you were too damn busy actually
I was.
working.
I'm always
unlike Mark, who was running his mouth the whole time.
What?
Bye, Wiener.
Hey, there we go. I knew it was coming.
Actually, there's a lot of comments and stuff going on. Papa Girl, that inventory. I
They're
brought
not
all
here.
the grenades, bro. Oh man, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce this name. I'm just gonna call you by your last name, Gert. Came here from New Jersey Airsoft Facebook group. Thanks for coming in.
Sweet.
Hopefully that Gert, you'll be able to come out and join us at the prison game. So first and foremost, we want to thank all of our lovely sponsors that help sponsor the stream every single week. We are growing on a weekly basis. Yes, ATE Airsoft. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. I want to go ahead and thank obviously Dead End Outfitters for all the support they do, making us shoot much better with all the performance upgrades. Home of the best patch barrel on the market, the D-Hop barrel.
Thank you very much.
So I want to thank Operation Big House for their support. I want to thank one of our newest sponsors who gave us cool new gifts, Paracord Addiction. This is actually I don't have the right straw for it. I'm going to be showing off some of their other products here in a second. But I want to go ahead and give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry, my computer is acting really weird today. So we want to thank High-Powered Airsoft. We want to thank I think that's everybody right now. So anyways, back onto the stream. Let's go. Yes, sir.
Hardcore 6 right there. Where's
Oh, hang on.
You were there.
There we go. Oops.
There,
got the
there,
upside down.
there,
That's the one.
There it is, baby.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you know what I do find funny, Papa? Like behind your head, there's not a single one of my patches.
Actually, there is. I think there. Where is it? Oh no! You know what? All the way up top. Oh, hang on. Here.
You gotta raise the chair up. There we go.
You. Hang on.
Oh, I see them there. There they are. They're in the upper
There you go. See
left-hand
there?
corner.
That's for you.
Thank you.
See?
So we will have an exciting stream tonight, guys. You just got to give me 1 second. I do have to run out and grab another really cool item. I'll be right back. And while I am gone in a few seconds, it's going to be Papa. Do you have any announcements that you would like to make to start it off?
Do I have any announcements I want to make? Well, obviously we talked about the February 26th. That was fast. February 26th, we're doing the.
Man, that was a fast second, by the way.
North versus South 3. This is going to be our biggest. Obviously, they keep getting bigger every time. I do want to thank. I don't know if I can call them sponsors or not. I don't know if they want to be called that or not. But ATE Airsoft.
What?
You guys have donated $13,000 to this, which is amazing. No. They have graciously offered after I asked if they could. Hey, Josh, if to donate bomb props, things of the nature, for the upcoming event, and that is fantastic. So I absolutely thank you guys very much for that.
You are very welcome. Looking forward to.
If we are referring to you as sponsors, you guys are the first official sponsors of the North versus South. So thank you very much for that.
We'll have our patches there.
Yep. So if you guys don't know, Wiener and Bulldog might be too exhausted to actually play, so they might just be kind of wandering around on the field as someone. Yeah. So, you may not get a chance to
sponsor,
them,
huh?
What's that?
What was that?
First official sponsor, huh?
Somebody's feelings got hurt.
I wasn't
What did he
looking.
provide? What did he provide for your event?
What did I provide for his event?
Yeah. Besides a whole new company.
A freaking platform for one.
I wasn't thinking about it like that, and I apologize.
Why? Don't apologize for him. His head will swell again.
Well, this is true. You're actually not wrong about that. I don't. We don't. Then he has to buy new headphones. He's gonna.
Speaking of new headphones, I gotta get some still. Oh.
How does one get the second?
How does one get the second place
for sponsorship?
I don't know.
Third time's a charm.
It's a good question. Honestly, in all sincerity, this is the first event that we've had where we've accepted any kind of sponsorship at all. We've always been very self-sufficient. So actually, I have to say this. I spoke to someone earlier today, and they are considering being the South General.
Right on the money.
They are considering being the Southern General, and this individual said that it would be amazing, and we would probably draw twice as many people if he was the Southern General and you were the Northern General, Joker. His words were, "Oh my God, if your boy was the Northern General, people would come from all over just to see that." He goes,
If Joker ends up being the Northern General, prepare for friendly fire.
that is probably very true. I was trying to consider. I mean, look, I'm not picking anybody to be, either side general. I'm open to anyone that wants to, that wants the role. I was thinking about having people put in for like vote for him or anything. I don't really care. Whoever wants to do it, it's fine by me. This is all, it's all make believe anyway. It's all for fun. But as it stands right now, the Mason-Dixon line is still the same place because we don't know how far up people are going to be coming from. If it looks like
actually, I know there's a few people that are possibly coming down from New York. So
okay, they will, as it stands for the moment, they will still be considered north. They will be considered north. We may, depending on how many people we get, we may have to move that Mason-Dixon line up even further.
No, screw that shit.
Well, look, if it's 300 versus 150, it might. Well, we might have to. We might have what we're going to refer to as defectors. So we might have that happen.
So that's awesome that you got that. So you're.
And I'd like to thank Players Wanted for their support as the first official sponsor of the North Coast event.
I'm going to go back and cut out that whole thing that you did for ATE, so you might as well just come back and say it again. Thank you, ATE, for being the second official sponsor.
Thank you, ATE Airsoft. What I meant was for this being their first event that they are sponsoring.
It's not a matter of if I'm going to stay in CP or not.
Lone
It
Wolf?
matters.
Where'd that come from? Lone Wolf? I heard that.
You shut the hell up, CRISPR.
It wasn't me.
It matters.
That was awesome. That was perfect timing, too. It was like just in the background.
It
Can y'all
matters.
hear me okay?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we hear you. It matters
Sam Asadi's
if
on.
my orders get
Hey,
out to everybody else. Hey, Sam, how you doing? All right. So, with that all being said, and we're looking forward for North versus South 2. That's definitely going to be added to the calendar.
3.
Or North versus South 3. Sorry. These damn numbers, man. Over and over. Thanks for the distraction there, Kevin.
I'll just try to send one.
Hey, Weber, how you doing? All right. So,
Have you even noticed I'm kind of in a new place? I'm not up against the patch while I move my home office down to the man cave, so it'll be cleaner next time, maybe.
And by that, he means he was kicked out and moved into the garage. And if you see an extra light go on and you hear what sounds like a garage door opening, pay no mind.
car comes crashing.
The garage with the fireplace. That garage.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to talk about that, I could go to my living room right now, which was a garage that had a fireplace in it.
I'm gonna say, have you not been to Florida? People put cages up across in their garages to just sit and hang out in there. So
yeah. All right. So let's jump right into the Firestorm 2 AAR from Operation Lion Claws. First and foremost, I want to thank a whole bunch of people at the start of this for making this event happen. First and
See if your
foremost,
list is longer than mine. Go ahead.
let's see if we actually know exactly, who sponsored and everything else. So first and foremost, we want to thank John Liu for bringing me inside and allowing me to help out with the
You
event.
should be not thanking John Liu for that.
Why? Because I went from being banned to being on staff. Hell yeah, I'm going to thank him. You shut the hell up. I want to thank CRISPR for making me his second in command. That was
He's
very
regretting
generous.
that already.
We all make mistakes.
Mark, Joker, you should be thanking CRISPR
CRISPR.
for the medicine you gave him. Make it loopy.
You know, people don't want to give me power anymore on this stream because I could just do
Because you
that.
give your
all
own
shut the
power.
hell up. That's right. Oh, thanks very much, Phoenix. We will not be showing that live on stream, Phoenix, but we will be reviewing it later on. I want to go and thank Operation Lion Claws for having this event at the Carlisle factory, and also thank the owners of the Carlisle factory for allowing a bunch of us, these toy soldier LARPers come out and have a good time at their facility, throw BBs everywhere, throw grenades everywhere, move stuff around like you wouldn't believe. Those poor carts, man, got flipped over, tossed around like they were nothing. I want to thank the main vendor that was on site, Airsoft Junkies, for providing all the services, the Airsoft station and all that. I want to give a huge shout out to ATE Airsoft for giving us the control boxes, the bomb.
Hold it. Here we go. G-shots. Here we go.
What were those this weekend?
The control boxes, the bombs, and the propane cannons.
Yep,
we're all awesome.
Those propane cannons, no points, but still my favorite part of the event.
Too.
What was great was watching the one guy jump and run into the wall when it went off behind him for the very first time. That was hilarious.
One firing down.
Mark drop his jaw when it blew up behind him, and he freaking freaked out.
I didn't freak out. I just went like, "What the hell was that?"
Okay.
You pointed that shit right at me.
No, it was pointed away. It was not pointed at you.
It
was in the hallway, though. It was awesome.
So, and I want to go ahead and, besides Airsoft Junkies, thank Veteran for Airsoft's coming out. Actually, Phoenix was the one that won.
Somebody's noticing the hat change. Yes.
I know. He's got to show off a whole bunch of stuff, Hey, he's got all these hats, but he does not have a decent light to light up his face.
You're exactly right. Wait, hang on. If you give me 5 minutes, I'll get my light set up. Give me a minute.
You get your light set up.
Give me 5 minutes.
You had 5 minutes 19 minutes ago.
Dude, I had to work. Hold on. Okay.
All right.
I had to work. I'm still at work.
We want
to knew the timeline. He had the warlord.
Like every other airsofter, he didn't read it.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, John, is when I jumped because I had no knowledge it was going off behind me. And it was loud. We want to thank Evike for all the raffle gifts plus the raffle items from G&G. Sorry. That got tongue-tied there.
And paparazzi.
And
sorry. Go ahead. It's your show.
We want to thank Pew Pew Paparazzi. We want to thank all the staff that helped us admin, whether they were embedded admins or they're walking around with a shirt on and a vest on all weekend long. We kept a lot of stuff under control. That was pretty awesome. So we want to thank and most importantly, we want to thank all the players for coming out to this event. Did I miss anybody now?
I don't know. Let me just go through my list in case. I'll make it quick. Number one, I want to thank all the customers for coming out to the event. Number two, John Liu for giving me the opportunity to be chief of staff at this event. I want to thank all the staff and admin. I want to thank Bulldog and Wiener from ATE Airsoft. I want to thank Sal and Sam, Freddie and Jim, the COs, Junkies, VFA, Pew Pew Paparazzi, Evic, and G&G. It's all yours now.
I missed one CO, sorry.
Did you see the paint job on his AK?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty
That
epic.
was crazy.
Yeah. All right. So, with that all being said, let's go over our let's start deep diving right into this AAR real quick. So I did not play the night game. We had to get some stuff set up. We set up the 3 control boxes, which was brand new to this event. I don't think
yes. Okay.
For the last 4 Operation Lion Claws in the South and North Carolina area, they never had to deal with control boxes before. They had to deal with bombs before, but never control boxes. So for the night Evo, we set up 1 bomb up in the chem lab. And before people ask, yes, it looked just like a chemical lab. It was pretty. It had beakers. It had the whole drippy things. It had Bunsen burners, whole 9 yards.
It was the firefighting grail of the AO.
It was. There were so many. Let's put it this way. Sunday night when we went to go leave, I went to go get the control box. There was a haze of pyro smoke up there. Just a haze. You open the door and it wafts inside your face. It's like, the smell of sulfur in the morning. Hey, Jeremy, thank you very much for that, sir. So for Wiener, I'm just going to mute you for a second till you're back on the screen, bud. We can hear you moving around in the background.
Thanks, Fat Ninja.
Yeah, thanks very much, brother. Appreciate that. Too bad you weren't there. I would have loved to shoot you again in the sweet meat like I always get to. Yeah, it's always fun. So the second one was located really close to the med bay on the first floor, and the third one was right in the center of the basement. What happened off the start was that as soon as things would go, it seems like Tan, with their fast-paced movement and everything else, there you go. Now we can see. Now you're all lit up.
See, I thought that hat was M81 6 minutes ago.
So right off the bat, it seemed like that Tan had a jump. They were swarming all 3 levels almost immediately. I went walking out and I turned a corner and went upstairs, and one of the first funny moments of the event happened. I'm looking down the barrel of 3 of 2 guns. I'm an admin. I was like, give me 1 second here. Why is my computer doing this? I should have restarted before we started the stream, but
that initial rush of Tan you're talking about was Freddie's pain train.
Yeah, they went up there and they were moving pretty fast. I don't think that Green was prepared. I think Green also, the majority of the Green players on Friday night did not get out there fast enough. They took their sweet old time. Well,
that's the problem with any event on Friday night. You never know what side's going to have how many people because people are still traveling. People are BSing out in the parking lot, setting up tents. So Friday's always a crapshoot with not knowing what's really going to happen.
Yeah. It was really interesting to see just how many different, the power dynamic that started off the wrong way. Once the team started getting on there, I think that's when, good firefights started to happen. It was really quiet for like the first 15 minutes of the game. So Green got to their closest control point really quick, which is the basement. And they held on to that almost all evening. And then one of the first things, I guess we should step back a second and address a couple things that, as an admin, were kind of frustrating, and almost everybody that has refed or admin the game before probably already experienced, but it's the first time I've ever experienced it, and that was players walking onto the field without full seal iPro.
Huh.
So
this ain't AMS.
So what was funny was
welcome to I do what I want Airsoft.
So what was funny was their reaction when we said, you have to go get different iPro. John Hunt's over the radio to me saying, what are we doing with these guys without full seal? They're not allowed on the AO. So there was we had both sides be policed, and Friday night it was all Tan. And not to pick on a side or anything, it was just all Tan had bad iPro. One guy got on the AO tried to get on the AO 3 times without getting the proper iPro on. Third time I was right there, and I said, I was like, Junkies van's right over there. Go buy iPro. If you try coming back on with that stuff again, you're off the AO for the weekend. Sorry. I don't care. They go, I drove a long way. These I use at my local field. That's great for your local field. That's not your local field's not our liability insurance. Go get it. Come back. You can play. And he did. He complained the entire time as he was walking away, but he came back. He had him on for the rest of the weekend. The other interesting thing was there was a schedule on the back of the warrant order and all that said when registration opened. We actually opened registration early So that way people could start filtering in, we opened chrono early so everybody can keep moving through. So we didn't have a backlog of people trying to get chrono, to get registered and all that. We were moving really solid with that. Well, when we went to go on, Chi kept chrono open all the way until like the first 10 minutes of game start. I didn't even realize he did that. He was being a nice guy. Me personally, as soon as game start, I would have cut off chrono myself. But then when he shut it down, we had 4 guys show up saying, we want a chrono. We drove a long way to get here. It's like, I don't care how far you drive. Your guns are not chronoed. I need my admins on staff. Oh, you can. Oh, did I have you muted for far too long?
Yes, you did. The whole day I'm looking over, I'm going, I'm fucking muted.
But we had to keep sending people like, so to Wiener, Papa, I take it you guys are used to experiencing this quite a bit, where people are like, yeah, we drove a long way. We deserve to see our stuff.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, obviously, you always want to take care of the player, obviously, and that's really where you're torn sometimes between taking care of the player and taking care of the person. They came a long way. That you want them to be able to play, but at the same time, you want them leaving with both eyes. Yeah,
exactly.
And that's more important than anything else. Like, yeah, there's insurance. Yeah, there's all those legalities and all that. But the bottom line really is, we want everybody leaving mostly in the same condition that they showed up in. A little bit more tired than they got there, a little bit more welted, but not any permanent damage.
Thanks, Cole.
Exactly. And a lot of these people, I mean, they just did not seem to care. And then John picked up on it. He goes, "Where's your wristband?" "Oh, we haven't registered yet," which means you haven't gone to safety brief. See you tomorrow morning.
Can you imagine what would happen if they got on the field, they were playing, something happened to them, no proper iPro, not even freaking registered?
Yeah.
But we're the bad guys.
We'll get into being the bad guys later on. So the firefights were pretty intense. Friday night, it seemed to be that both armies were doing this around the AO. There was not a whole lot of direct confrontation, but there's a whole lot of moving around, which was kind of interesting to see. However, at the end of the Evo, TAM was very much in control. They were up by the end of that Evo 9,000 points Friday night. So
9,000.
9,000.
Oof.
1 second. What'd she do with it? So they were up 9,000 points at the start of at the end of the Evo and all that. The control boxes worked really well until somebody threw a grenade on one of them. What's up, Laz?
What?
Hey, Laz.
There he is.
So one of the first funny moments that happened was right here. Let's see.
Admin coming up. Admin coming up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whole stairwell.
I want to hold on. Let's replay that once real quick. Oh crap! I went too far.
Admin coming up.
Oh
Admin
God!
coming up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you get used to that after a while.
That's Bangham from Dark Horse 6 yelling "grenade, move," and the grenade he threw was very effective at killing off his own guys.
Oh my God.
Hold up. Admin. You all are dead. Oh, shit, that's a great...
So people are actually crying about the grenades.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
There we go. More grenade issues.
Yep.
Yo, I didn't pull the trigger because I didn't want to waste it in the face.
Wait.
You got to play that scream again.
Yeah, hold on.
What the hell?
Wait, hold on. Let me pause it because I see what the problem is, and I'll do it like this.
I need some explanation behind that scream. By the
All
way.
right, so this is all the same interaction from right here, right? So I moved the hell out of the way.
Okay.
Green's coming up from the basement. They're trying to push up. All of Freddy's guys are around that corner right there, and Junkies are around the corner.
Woo! Hey, come to me.
So there's a guy right down there in the bottom of that little stairway. There's like 2 guys that are still alive.
Okay. All right.
Yo, I didn't pull the trigger because I didn't want to waste it.
Oh, that dude's doing it with the deadlight on.
What'd that trash can do to you?
They're all laughing. They're dead.
All right, we can go down now.
Yeah. The funny thing was I was trying to show the admins where all the control boxes were. So we walked right into this firefight, which was kind of awesome. Now I will say there was quite a bit of people moving around with deadlights on this at the event, and that's not really. I don't think it was intentional. The person probably didn't realize.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't realize their deadlight.
Wait.
Go ahead.
A lot of people.
Well, as you're walking around, what I mean by a lot of people, it happens. I got medicked up. I jumped up. I started shooting, not realizing my deadlight was on.
Uh-huh.
And I looked down. I was like, "Oh crap!" And I turned it off real fast. So it happens. I understand it.
Yeah.
But there was one guy I was watching on Sunday that was just all of a sudden he was like running, gunning, everything else, and I saw the bleeping. I saw the light, and I was like, "Wait a second." So I went after him and went around, and not only was his helmet light on, but so was his chest light. And I was like, "Got a problem here, bud." He goes, "What?" I was like, "You're gonna have to go all the way back from where you came from, and all these guys are gonna be a lot." And he goes, "Why? Why?" And I was like, I turned my deadlight off, and my entire chest is being lit up. He goes, "Why?" I was like, "You don't see it?" He goes, "No." I was like, "What's this right here?" Dink. He goes.
Everyone's in the same situation. Oh, you already.
Hey, look what Blade Shadow said about clipping that scream.
Yeah, you need to.
So
Make it a ring. I'd make that my ringtone.
I need to. You already said if I was there, Green would have won.
Yeah, okay.
Do you even play Airsoft anymore?
Well, you didn't play any, wait, what'd you say?
I was asking Jordan if he even played Airsoft anymore.
I was going to say that too. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, you got to play in
Airsoft,
order to make those comments. Even I play, and that's saying a lot.
You going against myself and Bulldog at Big House.
Well, he's coming up the big house. So let's talk a little bit. Let's address a little bit of the grenade issue. So
you say issue. Was it actually an issue?
No.
What, grenades? No.
Too many crybabies. That's not too many. Excuse me. 1 or 2 crybabies out there who like to post on the internet.
So those crybabies have never been to Bone Strike.
They've never been to a Milsim event.
Grenade. I mean, we had a bunch of grenades going off, but nothing like Bone Strike.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Okay.
I could tell you from experiencing Mayhem Mill 2 and experiencing this one, the amount of grenade usage was severely less because we increased the radius of damage, and we made it that if you throw it inside the room's dead unless it's a big room, you know. And I think that worked out so much better. Now, there was one issue with that AO which we have to address, and we did address during the safety brief. the one center stairwell that has the 2 murder holes that you can just go blink and drop grenades down. We plugged them up. Somebody did rip them out. We plugged them up with like jackets, and somebody then took the jackets out so they could use them again. But I think it had been busted them, so by the time the end of the third Evo or second Evo on Saturday came around, nobody was using those murder holes anymore, which was good. But I also saw some people do some epic. Unfortunately, when you're walking out with the GoPro on for 3 hours, battery dies. It happens.
That's another excuse, no?
But I saw one guy take a grenade, bounce, and it bounced off 2 walls and went right down outside the door and take out a whole bunch of TAM players. It was a pretty epic ricochet shot off of 3 walls. So that was pretty awesome.
You're welcome. That was me.
You were nowhere near there. You never went up. You stayed on 1 floor. You never moved beyond 1 floor.
You're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
Wiener didn't even wake up Saturday morning. You didn't talking about.
I'm trying to figure out what makes more noise: Wiener eating chips or Greg's computer.
My computer hasn't made any noise tonight.
No, it has not.
That
What was that?
my cell phone going off. I had to put it on silent.
That 52K dial up.
Thanks for the get well sign on the chalkboard, Joker. Thanks, brother. My daughter made it for you. And heard about it, so he did it. I mean, we missed having you and Jason out there. Well,
Definitely.
You for sure. Jason, I got Jason though. Just so you know, I took a bullet for you, and I got your birthday song. So with the grenading, there's only a few people that get upset about it, and it looks like they were the same people that were complaining about it. That was at Mayhem Mill 2. They complained about it at Mayhem Mill 1. So, the reality is grenades inside of CQB buildings, they're going to be loud, whether you like it or not. They were also the ones complaining about the propane cannons.
Yes, he was. Yep.
Tough. Did it kill you? No.
I love it.
I'm sorry if that's... maybe we shouldn't sound as harsh, but the reality is grenades and airsoft are a thing. It's what we do.
At least for now.
Grenades and Milsim.
At least for now.
No. Grenades and airsoft are a thing. I've been.
As long as I got a shop, they'll be a thing.
Hey, I saw. I don't have the clip of it. I have to find that clip of the grenade exploding in midair in the middle of Miami Airsoft. It was a great throw.
I ain't afraid to say it. I still got a bunch of taggets for sale. Who wants some?
I got a bunch of EG67 still. I only went through like 5 grenades this trip.
I got cases of Reapers.
Everyone was affected.
Come on now.
Speaking of EG67s, they're not my favorite grenade as far as distance throwing. Right. But I got one of those MC Kydex Perry tubes that hold 6 on my backpack. Talk about something great for stairwells, just chucking them as quick as you can.
Oh, yeah. Too bad you couldn't play this weekend.
I had a blast.
Yep.
An overwhelmed blast.
It was very awesome.
And you were a lifesaver when you showed up.
Hey, man.
Yes.
That was the worst thing, is not being able to be there till 8 o'clock Friday night. That just killed me. But
it killed you?
Oh, I'm sorry, it killed us. I'm sorry, Mark. I always leave you out. I don't mean to.
Cool. Thanks.
Story of my life. My daughter finally brought back my mug.
Oh, hang on, I got to dig out for a second. Back.
So,
change another hat.
I'm up to 52 grenades so far. He let them complain. Jade Rodriguez.
Let me see. I can count them all, J-Head.
Hey, Ron Weber still can't figure out how he ended up with more grenades than what he brought out in the field.
Oh, some of those were mine. Did you not know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Should we do that before an F-bomb?
Why don't you get her
I'll
on now?
be there for the first one.
Wiener already broke it at what we were about 2 minutes in.
19
Yeah, but
seconds.
guess what? We have about usually like right about the 1 hour mark is when I let loose the first one, and depending on what video I show next, Papa restock. I need more. Papa can't get. There
Yeah,
are no restocks for a little
yeah.
while.
Right now, restocking's a different story, but
How much? Wiener, how much? For what? My hat? No, I can't have that. That's for my son-in-law.
All right. So we started off the second day. He's going to go get her so I can start going over. We did a safety brief. And what we did this time was you only got your patch to get on the field after you attended a safety brief. And we addressed things that happened from the night before. One of them being is Tan moved so fast and effectively.
Yes.
They got right into green respawn and were shooting people as they were reviving. So we decided that you will remember the green respawn from last time, Papa?
the green, yes.
All right, well, we took it out of that room because that was stupid. And we moved it down into the basement,
Okay.
into the corner where those offices were. So that way people couldn't go. So the spot where Tan the line of demarcation for the places to go is that they couldn't go past the basement level with where the fencing was inside the basement.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't cross that wall, and they couldn't cross the wall directly above it.
Okay. All right.
So then,
Can y'all hear us?
yeah, we can hear you.
Caleb.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, girl.
So and for Tan, we put Tan in the same spot as last time at the first Mayhem Mill, and we also put off that one big, massive build room, which now no longer had the rocks even to hide behind, as you can't go into the green, can't go there, so that way nobody was shooting at the spawn. Well, they were. So we want to give some special attention to Caitlin, who sat at registration all day, pretty much getting people to come in, and then somehow she found a couple of yardsticks, and it was like sword fighting / lightsabering. And anybody that was within swinging range was getting hit with this damn thing as they're going through. So thank you, Caitlin, for helping us out with registration, keeping people in order.
Good job.
And nothing's funnier than we yell, blind man, blind man, blind man. And all of a sudden you hear this little girl's voice over the radio going, what's a blind man?
I know. It's okay. It's okay. They're not making fun of you.
We're not making fun of you.
No.
It was just what happened was you had all Milsimmers that are not used to hearing something like that over the radio. Guys started chuckling like, what was that? So we want to thank you for coming out and keeping some of the people in line and helping get registration moving.
You're welcome.
It's all fun and games until you're handed a yardstick.
That's Chi. Chi said that.
She said that.
Say hi, Chi.
Hi, Cheese. Okay, he's cheesed me. He was
I
fine
know.
with me calling him Cheese.
It's okay.
No, now what you got to start doing, Caitlin, is you got to start calling them like cheddar, Munster, Swiss.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, see, she's going on with it. So
track.
we all
How
wanted
many
to
patches did you end up with, Caitlin?
I think I have 33 right now.
33 patches? That's awesome.
But like half of those I gave are duplicates that I have once we got home. But I think 14 was the count
Yeah.
on the ride home.
That you don't have?
That I don't have. No, just one. Just the Ron Weber special.
Ah, yeah. Yep.
What? Wait a minute. I don't even have that.
Yeah, it's the challenge
Caitlin
pack.
earned it.
Yes, she did. She definitely worked her butt off this weekend. I actually
I earned
said
it.
Mark did.
I had to be near Ron for like an hour.
She says
That's plenty of
mozzarella
earnings.
preferred cheese.
What? What are you doing?
See?
What are you doing? What's up, girl?
All right. Gabe, I'm going to come back to the Saturday night third Eva when I get to that segment talking about it. Because yes, that's where things go. So Saturday, we announced that safety brief where the restrictions were for each side. Right, made it pretty clear. If you see fences in the basement, you're wrong. I'm playing that game. Walk downstairs. I died. As soon as I turned my dead light off, I got lit up right here 5 times. Once right in the nipple.
I didn't feel a thing.
I knew you were going to say that, so thanks for being predictable. And the first thing out of my mouth was, because we were still in our dead zone, we were still in the spot where we were supposed to be safe. I dropped an F-bomb. It said admin coming out, and I was really dead. Now, this is the only time I think all weekend that I really forcefully, projectively yelled with a little bit of anger in my voice. All the 10 that were there were trying to give their explanations all at once on why they were there. And my statement was, I'm an admin. I explained to you, you're wrong. And they don't want to hear any of it. So I finally just yelled at everybody. And, hey, Caitlin, it was great seeing you, but the F-bombs didn't start.
All right. Say bye, everybody.
Hi.
Bye, Caitlin.
Yeah, you have to go now.
By the way, her skipping across the field all the time was hilarious. Yes, I was angry, mostly because what the hell are you doing, Wiener man?
I was just trying to fix my light. I got a new light. I'm playing with it, trying to adjust it right so it ain't too dark or too bright.
It'll just take 5 minutes. He'll be done in a second.
Oh, you go ahead. Hang on, I have zip some more Velcro here.
So I really don't want to break the thing. I said, everybody shut the F up. I'm the admin. You're going to listen. One guy tried walking away because it was a safety issue. So I put my hand out like that, and he goes, don't touch me. I was like, you're going to listen or you'll be off the AO. Here's what the rule is. Are we clear? And everybody's like, yeah, we're clear. I was like, okay. They go, and then I was actually going to let everybody that got shot, because when I got shot, all of Dark Horse 6 open fired. I was going to let everybody move down past the exit sign in the basement to where it was well outside of the range, and then go back up. That would be, something fair and something nice. And it was just like, you know what?
Get him, Sam.
2 of the guys took off. So those guys, and honestly, so I'll address Sam real quick. Yeah, true. It wasn't a matter of like walking around being an admin as I'm walking around. The only time that you stop is when you see something that is egregiously wrong that you have to stop playing to address right then and there. Because obviously shooting at the spawn was not something that was going to be tolerated for either side, and there was no admin over. So we addressed it, we hashed it out, everything was fine, everybody moved on. The 2 guys that stormed off because they didn't want to hear the rest of it walked all the way back to respawn. The other guys that were there, they went back over to the exit sign. Game on with us, because we didn't stop the entire game, just was localized to those few guys, and everybody started playing. We were fine. From there, that's when we learned that, hey, we really need to readdress this and make sure people understood what the requirements were for the different locations. So it actually was, that was like the only time I really had to raise my voice. The other time I raised my voice was to stop 2 guys from two groups, green versus tan, from yelling at each other. I said, shut up, go back, step back, shut up, step back. And then went up to each side and said, what's the problem? It was during the blind man, when the blind man got called. And our first blind man of the day was a guy that took a grenade right to the ass. A grenade rolled under his butt.
Oh, no.
He sat down on it, and then it exploded.
Why'd that require a blind man? He should be used to it.
Not everybody has the same Saturday night as you, Wiener. Just saying.
There's like 10 comments in my head that I can't say out loud. Hey, just because you're used to taking big loads up your...
Caitlin's gone. It's okay.
I'm still trying to behave and keeping somewhat of a clean stream. We're trying to be a little bit professional here.
Speaking of clean stream, did you see what Ducky said?
That she was hoping she would drop the first F-bomb.
Oh wow!
By the end of the weekend, I got to give your daughter credit. I'm surprised she wasn't dropping more F-bombs.
Yeah, with everybody that was there, yeah.
Each time I would drop one, I look over. I was like, "Damn it, Caitlin's right there."
I was born with that name. Thank you.
So one of the things that we also realized pretty quick, and this is not to attack Jim or anything else, is that we did not have the right CO for green. The green CO was not as tactical or in command of the troops. He was out there. Somebody out there was wanted to play, to be out mixing with the crowd and everything else like that. So
I'm going to go ahead and take full responsibility for that. I asked him to be CO. I've played with him before. I've admin with him before. He's great, but I didn't give him all the tools he needed to be an effective first-time CO. So that was all on me.
So, and it's not. We're not attacking. We're just explaining. Part of the AAR and all that is hopefully he learned. I think he learned quite a bit from that.
Great guy. Good guy. I had no problem.
He's a great guy. I mean, so for the second Evo, he was asked to step down and Wiener take over. And then Wiener goes, I don't want to be CO, but I'll be XO, which happened to be a better option because now.
Still gave, the CO.
Well, we equipped Jim to be a better CO by doing that.
That was my head.
Okay, Yordi.
Wait, is Yordi clutch and such?
Yes, he is.
That's Yordi.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Yordi. I should have been tall too.
Clutch and such, Neil and Bond. Okay.
Yeah.
Should've
We
been
can all
tall
talk
too,
about the things that we should have done that we never would do. But
Yordi ain't gonna know what hit him when come Big House.
From his own same team. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So some of that, like the first two Evos, by the end of the second Evo, the first Evo on Saturday morning, if I remember the scores right, Green was now down 34,000 points.
That sounds about right.
34,000. It was a lot.
hey, Wolfman.
Hey, what's up, Wolfman? How you doing? So it was at that point, it was like full on panic. It was like almost full on. Oh my God, Green's getting demoralized and everything else. So CRISPR made the decision for the second Evo to insert some Green up into the chem lab at the start of the game. So Green got a hold of the chem lab right at the start of the game, and that also led for some pretty good firefights. I will say one of the main complaints from Mayhem Mill 2 was that firefights were spread out everywhere. There was no really good firefights anywhere. That did not happen for this one. This one, firefights were intense. They were all over the place. They were very concentrated, even though they removed a lot of the machinery out. While it did not give cover for some people to move up in certain sections, there's plenty of other side buildings that people can go through. So I think even to remove the remainder of the equipment out of the main, the three main rooms up there, I'm talking about, CRISPR, on the first floor.
Yeah.
I still think there's going to be plenty of ways for people to maneuver around with the stairs, those offices down the middle line, and everything else.
We'll just put those carts everywhere.
Hell yeah, man. Why not? Why not?
Grenades work great.
Those freight elevators work. I can just see the guys coming back on Monday. What the hell happened here?
Oh my God.
Oh. So at any point in time, if you want to interject some stuff on these Evos, CRISPR or Wiener, just interject. Just say, hey, I got something. Because I'm like, again, taking a roll with it. But I do want to show, like, one of the things that I thought, like, Tinker was with me on this one, on this trip. So I was like, I'm not going to be a lone wolf. And for the most of the time, I was with Tinker. Tinker was with me. We're side by side. We're doing our thing. Except for the start of the second Evo on Saturday. I thought he's behind me. He wasn't. And game starts. Gert, an Evo is an evolution
for a second.
I think it's like usually like an hour and a half to 2 hour to 3 hour blocks where people play, take a break, go through so we can do scores and all that. So game start, Tam was almost like right away ran for those offices up on the 3rd floor.
Surprise!
And we kind of figured that was going to happen. And then
Augie, you just missed Caitlin. She was on the stream.
So, and then I got into one spot. So most of the time, you all bust my chops and all that for not being tactical and everything else, and only going forward. This is the first time you'll all see me going backwards.
Somebody's blew
All
a
right,
grenade.
now I saw it because it was through. They threw the grenade into the other room. I thought they threw the grenade into their own area and blew themselves up.
Did you see the name of this clip?
Does it say Lone Wolf?
It said Lone Wolf.
I named it right.
Is that Tori? I hear.
This is all Lucifer Wolves. This is all Lucifer's Wolves, and what was great is I knew all the challenge.
That's Mark slowly pulling back as he was referring to earlier.
No.
He was running for a grenade.
Not to let him get away with anything, but yes, he might have run away. He was still alone when he ran away.
Oh,
yes, I was. Well, by the time this started, I had no idea.
By the time 30 seconds into the Evo, where's everybody gone?
So, well, Tinker was on the other. Never mind. I'm not even going to explain it to you.
Everybody loned wolf on him.
So I want to point out, because people were like, some of the you could actually hear him say it. Listen. They're like, how in the hell? Because I went out the back door.
See, that's a problem that the people throwing grenades don't realize the maze of rooms behind the one they're throwing it in, and how easy sometimes it is just to completely step out and then step right back in.
Yeah, so I'm retreating. So this is where I start retreating backwards. I love how I saw that guy's gun tip, and I'm.
Did you hear that propane cannon in the background?
This area, I loved it. I love this area.
What do you need? What do you need?
By the way, that was for you, CRISPR. You were calling for me?
I was calling to ask him what a blonde man was.
You know what a blind man was?
So there goes a whole nother squad. I just.
Hey, what's up, Sal?
What's up, Sal?
Hey, Sal.
Hello, Sal jumps in and immediately.
And you don't follow up the frag. No shit.
So let me pause it. Pause this for just 1 second. When you're using all your challenge phrases in the span of like 10 minutes, I learned all of them. 3, 2. All right, now I know it's 5. Burger time. I know that one. Thanks, guys. These guys were all. I mean, so even though this clip itself is only 4.5 minutes, I've condensed it down quite a bit. It's actually 20 minutes of actual gameplay, where I had the 2 squads now are trying to get at me. Third in the main hall.
South Carolina. The Carlisle finishing point. They're gonna have another event, I guess, in April.
Yes, we'll talk about that later.
I know. Somebody's asking where this building is.
They threw a grenade inside the room, and I ran out of it. So to this side over here is Lucifer Wolves in another squad. Right here, you're going to see there's another squad in front of me. I'm in a bad spot. I knew I was going to die. Oh, that's not good. Up for.
Nope.
At our event, Filato?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, right? Or was Garcia at up with you, Joker?
I bet it was at that other place. So now they're in the room I just came out of because they threw another grenade in there. And then
Hey, Wiener, it's time to change hats again.
Oh, thank you.
Is it time?
like in Airsoft, I sometimes I just don't see the need for these challenge things. Now that guy I thought because he like flashed his light straight over, didn't see me. Now they're hitting the door. They're moving stuff around in there. I was like, all right, well.
They're like, where the hell did he come from?
Wait a minute. Are they green or tan?
They're all tan. Now,
Mark don't care.
nope, they were all tan. Now the funny thing was, you can't see it because of the bright ass strobe light, but I shot all of them.
I did. I did, but that's cool. I didn't feel it. It was on your plate.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it.
Dude,
I heard that a few
sandwich on
times.
either side.
That's what happens when someone's not watching your
They
six.
tried grenading me like 3 different times. They threw a grenade in, and I had just enough time to get inside that room. And they're like,
So that's when we're talking about like epic firefights and everything else. That's sort of the stuff that we're talking about. I mean, the great moments of Airsoft were these three squads were essentially trying to find out where I was and take me out. I had them tied up for 20 minutes. It helped because
Are you laughing at Sal?
I am.
so where is when you got the objective? My job wasn't to get the objective. The objective was already taken in Chem Lab. My job was to tie up people as much as possible. So that's
Your job?
what we did.
He was the lone wolf
I didn't give
diversion.
you that order.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't give you that order to tie up people as much as possible.
You said hold the Chem Lab for as long as possible.
Right. That was what the objective was.
20 minutes. 20 minutes of doing that. Tied up 3 squads from going to Chem Lab to get the objective, sir.
Tied up green squad? Tied up green squad. Tied up 10.
No. Tied up to one dude, me.
Yeah.
Tied up at least 15 guys trying to take me out for 20 minutes. That's a good ratio to me. I don't know about you. So that was a lot of fun. So
Leader is like that drunk girlfriend at the club who talks smack to everybody else.
Oh,
boyfriend.
I did borrow one order.
Hey, Freddie's with us. I thought Freddie was going to get his home address changed to the Chem Lab. He was in it so much. Every time I go up there to check on the objective, Freddie and his boys are up there.
Oh, it was kind of funny that that was exactly the case. On each time that we're walking around, like the night mission and everything, it's like, oh look, they have this locked down. But the fights up there were pretty awesome. So much so, like in the last 5 minutes of the second Evo, Steven, all of Dark Horse 6 and I were up inside the Chem Lab. We just got done taking everything out. And we just had somebody come up that I think I just got done taking out Yankee for like the second time because Sal used the cards to the rip up for people to revive. So Yankee got taken out with I think it was his brother that was with him. They went downstairs, got revived, came right back upstairs within a couple of minutes. And they started fighting they started getting right into another fight, and they didn't realize I went back into the server room to check the stairs going down. So I came out the backside. I was about to knife his brother, and then all of a sudden Yankee turned around. So I was like, nope, pop. So I go into that door that had the big murder hole in it, and as I'm in there's one office, then there's another office, then there's a chem lab. As I'm standing in that second office, all of a sudden, Steven like opens the door harshly. It sounds like somebody's breaching into the room. So I spin around, put my gun up, realize that, oh, it's green, go like that. He quickly pulls out his sidearm that went to full auto and full autoed me in the stomach. He shot my belly button. Inside my belly button. And made my belly button.
There were some gross pictures of that too.
Yes, there were.
Nobody
It
wants
hurted
to-
it. In it like a high school sweetheart. So there was, I mean, I'm looking at all the stuff. There was just so much different
Bullseye.
awesome stuff that happened. So at the end of the second Evo, Green stopped the bleeding. They were still down. They were still down by, I think, like 30,000 points. Am I right, CRISPR?
Some 29, 30, something like that.
29, 30,000 points. No, they caught up. They started catching up on that. They started catching up that Evo because they actually had.
Okay, so you're talking about the after lunch, the technically third Evo if you're counting Friday night.
No, I'm talking about the second Evo. The second Evo, they actually made some inroads because they had. We moved the second one. No, the second was still. Yeah, we moved the second one. So in the three places, for the second Evo on Saturday, we moved that box into the center part of. We moved that close to their spawn.
Yeah.
Freddie's just happy.
No, we did not move that close to their spawn. You moved that close to their spawn. When
I set it up, I did not realize that we're moving the spawns outside because I did it just as the end of the thing. At the end of the first Evo on Saturday, I had moved and set the box up, tied it to the fan, all good. Didn't realize we're moving the spawns right outside that door. And with my own thing, I realized I screwed up. That one was really close to their location.
What, you screwed up?
I admit when I make a mistake. I admit my mistakes. You're freaking surprised here. And then we did the second one. How many people played at the event? We had 200 players playing at the event.
And 202 because you had 2 yardstick fighters out in the parking lot.
Admin visited player of Moose objection their favorite mistake.
Tell me again why the spawns moved.
We moved them out. Kevin, you want to take that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We moved the spawns because Green was getting spawn trapped really bad, and that way we were able to use more of the building, the rooms inside the building, and allowed from game on for the teams to move around the corners of the building and insert quicker or go down the back of the building. If you had a map, it would all make sense.
So I mean, were you correcting, and don't take this the wrong way, but were you correcting a flaw?
Not so much correcting a flaw as trying something, and it seemed to really work.
Okay.
We increased the playable space, like Sal said.
Yeah. And thanks for that idea, Sal.
Yep.
Freddie, there's nothing I could say that would it's like I did not realize that it was going to be right outside the spawn. I really didn't, because if I did, I would not have placed it there. I would have placed it where it ended up being for the night mission, which was inside that office that was lit up, where there was almost a perfect spot because it looked like it was a server spot. So
I'm hearing Mark in that Urkel voice. Did I do that?
I did it. I moved it further away from where I thought that Tam was going to be spawning because they would get to the objectives faster than Green could get there. So yes, it was moved a little bit closer. I did not realize that it was going to be out there, causing it to be extremely easy for them to get. However, it's not like Green had all the points on there. Tan did have a couple thousand points at the end of that Evo. It was like 4,000 points, right?
On that one box?
Yeah, that was in that room. There was like 3,000 or 4,000 points.
Wasn't that the one that was like 15, 17? I don't know, man. All those objective points are a freaking blur at this point.
No, they had no. That was the other way around. The 15, 17. The 17 was green. That was up in the chem lab. Where they
Your
had
singers
15, 17. Um, people need to be more comfortable trading speed for security. That's definitely true. And the funny thing is that the balance on that, where people were like even tan, as soon as green was able to maneuver around tan, they were able to get some of the boxes up there because they were left
talking about
undefended
you.
at times. So there was some interesting movements and everything else that happened. The basement, as soon as we moved the spawn outside, green seemed to forget about the basement spawn, the basement control box.
You mean the basement that had lights on this time?
Half the lights.
Really?
Oh, Papa, no, you don't understand. I figured out where the control box was. Turn one on. Oh, cool. Half the lights turned on. Turn the other one on. I walked away. All of a sudden, the lights went on. It's like, oh, let me go back there. I go to trip it again. Boom. I was like, I ain't touching that shit again.
Hey, and Papa, the spots that were still dark, we got glow sticks from the dollar store and just lined it all up.
Everywhere.
So nobody smashing their shins. I don't worry about my head, just my shins on lights and things like that. Good. By the way, to Yordi, can't lose if you don't play. Sorry.
I'm not going to stop laughing. They also forgot forward spawning. Yes, the CO did not adequately express what the cards were.
And I heard nothing but positives about the cards. And once Green did figure it out, which was the night Evo for Saturday, it changed the game.
Or
it helped change the game.
Ron Weber just.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the spawns were about as far on the backsides of each building as they could possibly go, without going directly out the backside of the other side. So
let me ask, I know, Joker, I know this was your first time as a true admin, although you're a player admin.
What are you talking about?
As an admin? You tell you as an admin?
I fully admin for 2 straight days, all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And all
day. Hey, Joseph. Yeah, I think it's coming. Sal kind of. Well, never mind. I don't want to say anything.
Go ahead, Papa.
You'd have to be able to aim straight first, Jordy. And Christopher, this was your. Was this the first time you took lead?
Chief of staff. Yeah, I mean, so it goes. I was chief of staff for this. I was an admin for Valkyrie at their event in August. And so it's just like, bam, bam, bam. God's opened some doors and I'm just running through them.
And so how do you feel? So it sounds, from what, obviously you guys know, I wasn't there. All the comments, things reading online, all that kind of stuff. It sounds like it was very successful. I know there was some things that got adjusted along the way.
Stuff, but yeah.
Overall, I mean, you feel it went smooth enough for you? Was it smooth transition? Because I'm asking.
Okay, so like smooth enough, like would I do it again?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Are there a million things I'm going to do different at the next one? Absolutely. But, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and I think this was a pretty great starting point.
Right.
And I had a lot of help, and, you know, I mentioned those people earlier, and some of those are just popping on now, but, you know, Sal and Sam, the CEO, just everybody. And it's just, and once again, my favorite part of Airsoft is just the hanging out and the camaraderie. You know, it's a family. Unfortunately, there are some Uncle Eddies and some weird cousin Bills, but
I always find the Uncle Eddies. They always find me.
And then you got people like Mark, you know.
So the reason why I was asking all this and gone.
Damn, look at that.
The reason I'm asking all this
is getting a special hat.
You know,
he locked me out.
So a lot of guys that people that watch the stream or watch other streams or anything like that might see guys like Sam and Sal, for example, who, you know, TCA running massive events. That, you know, every quarter there's just some new major, all that kind of stuff going on, and they're hesitant to try to get into something. You know, Joker making his way up the chain the way he has, you now, you know, leading the charge. Looking for seeing people.
The nobody out of nowhere. That
Yeah.
guy, that horse.
There's people coming up in like what's happening up at Big House. These guys taking on. It's an endeavor. They're following up their previous one with something that's 3 times the size now. Just any advice you give to someone who's wanting to get involved, wanting to try.
Listen to
See-
more experienced people.
So
Yes,
so
Mark.
so Papa, this is like Phoenix coming out of nowhere as we're packing up trying to leave Sunday. He's like, hey, I'm gonna interview you. It's like, well, I haven't thought about this. Let me think for a second. So the first thing would be to definitely just sit back and watch, because an airsoft event is kind of like chess.
Mhm.
And if you're like me, who only knows how to kind of play checkers,
Oh God.
it can be something else. But
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Al.
I just, listen to people that have been in this a while and know what's going on and have ran multiple events. And it's even better thank you, Sal, so much. When those people that run other events kind of know you and kind of take you under their wing a little and like, hey, do this, or hey, come into this inner circle a little more. And it's amazing because my first event, well, I'm not going to mention my first event because that was Blind Man in March 2016 in Burlington, North Carolina. That scarred me so bad that I did not play Milsim. Well, I won't even call that Milsim. I did not play a big event again until Stonebreaker 2019. TCA was my first real Milsim, and compared to what I came from that event, it was just night and day.
Sure.
And so I've just been playing really since March 2019.
It's not for everyone to run an event or even admin an event or participate in that capacity. It's not necessarily for everybody, but there are people I know that have that interest, that want to get into it. When we started doing it, when we from regular game days moving into event production, Wiener and Bulldog right now going from being a part of to now being the top of the food chain in their own. All of these steps, they generally happen pretty organically. You turn around one day and there you are. And
that's the biggest thing with me is 75% of the stuff that I get blessed with, I'm not looking for. I'm not trying to do this. It just falls in my lap.
Right. And I really, truly believe that it comes from, and you see a lot of the comments that are coming through, these are all from people playing that have the same mentality as the majority of us do. And that's, look, we're out there for the community. We're out there to have fun. We're out there, to make this thing better, even at our own sacrifice. So, it's pushing that.
Thanks, Ryan. And thanks, Wolfman.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I do want to.
What are you trying to steal Mark's show, Papa? What the hell?
Right, what was I
No, he's
thinking?
not.
Adding a little
Hey, I'm
comment
being
there.
quiet. No, I just wanted, before we get too far away from like Phoenix's comments and all, I just wanted to point something out here real quick.
Phoenix, what the fuck, man? Ow.
Shooting dead players in the dick, Phoenix. What the fuck? Shooting dead players in the dick. Just saying.
Dude, I got shot in the dick.
A nicer guy.
I got shot in the dick in the hallway in front of the chem lab. Where the stairs go down right around the corner.
Focus on the cameras, having a good team.
Those shoes.
Man, this
All
is
right, so
confusing trying to talk to y'all and read all this stuff.
I know.
I'll throw the stuff up there. Admin for 2. Let's see here. Gert, we'll take on your thing a little bit later on.
Hey, Phoenix, did you get my
Yeah,
20
Ron,
minutes?
anytime. I'd be honored to have you, brother.
There's some more praise for CRISPR.
Aw.
Sal's got a good comment there.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that we should, like, anybody putting on an event has to be
Yeah, go back.
cognizant of, for sure.
Especially, and I hate to put a dollar sign on this, but it has to be designed for the money paying the majority of the money.
When you put on, this is something near and dear to my heart. When you put on an event, there is money involved. You have to be concerned about that. We're not doing it for free, obviously, unless it is a charity event. But even that money goes somewhere.
Right.
It is a payable event. You have to make something, but it should be for everyone. That's
Yes.
I think that's the key. I think that's what Sal's definitely getting at is, you talk to the dumbest person in the room kind of theories. It's for everybody coming, whether you've got $1,000 cry kit on, or you just picked up your Lancer from Bass Pro and now you're out there playing. Whatever it is, it should be for everybody. It should be catered that way, or at least set in advance. Look, this is not a beginner event, or this is not even an intermediate event. Let people know ahead of time.
That's one of the things I think I really like about Lion Claws. And of course, John Lou's the grandfather of these games. Is no matter where you're at on the spectrum of playing, whether it's just a weekend warrior at your local field or Dark Horse 6 or TDZ or Echo 4 or whoever, you can come in and fit right in. Stonebreaker 2019, I knew some people and they kind of put me under their wing, but I wasn't even on a team. And then within a month, I'm a freaking pro on TDZ. I mean, it's just, I'm nowhere near even a decent player,
It's one of the things like looking at teams. Talking about that, we were talking about this quite a bit over the weekend. For my team, it doesn't matter how good you are at Airsoft or how bad you are at Airsoft. It all matters about your personality, because we'll find a role for you somewhere. It's all a matter of the people have to be able to mesh with you. You have to be able to, and all the other people that are on your team, and have that good camaraderie and all that. Because look, we have some guys that are on our team that are not the greatest, but the stuff that comes out of them sometimes is hilarious. And it makes the game a lot more fun. I mean, yeah, we're out there to win a game and all that, but we're not out there to take this like super hardcore serious, So, like for example, I actually have a really funny video that was that went through, and there's definitely going to be some explanation for you guys to see what the hell happened with some.
Well, hey, hang on before you bring that up, since we're talking about teams. Caitlin the other day asked me, it was actually on the way to the event. She's like, "Daddy, who's the best player on TDZ?" And I go, "Well, honey, there's different people are good at different things, and all of those together make a great team." And she goes, "Oh, so it's not you?"
Oh, Caitlin.
Yeah.
She was vicious.
She was vicious out there too. I loved it when she questioned the guy for putting in 2 cards into the raffle box. That was awesome. Why do you have 2?
Joker, you said something before about not taking it not taking it too seriously, guys getting real hardcore into it and all that. I want to clarify something there. Getting into it hardcore, like I watch Echo 4 because they're down this area near and dear, or other teams that get into it to play it hardcore. Not the guys that take it so serious that they get shot, they freak out, they throw fits, tantrums, screaming and yelling, want to actually have real physical fights.
I'm too tactical to get hit.
Yeah, right? I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind the slow low crawl to get to an objective, because sometimes that's fun. That immersion is sometimes fun, but if you've been low crawling for an hour and a half and you finally get hit, dude, you're still playing Airsoft, stupid. Don't get so mad, right? It's whatever you chose to do, Get up, go back, and do it again. Just be there to have fun, even no matter how hard you're playing. Let it go in the end.
To answer your question, Wolfman, yes, it does. It's deadendoutfitters.net. It's actually, since you're watching this on YouTube, you could actually see the link right down there in inside of the things. But this is a cool thing about camaraderie inside the sport, right? So this is a main room fight. It's a little bit long of a video, but
hey, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Thanks, CRISPR. So let's see here. Suicide Runner for the win. I enjoy the game. Yes, we want to play with to win, but if you don't have fun either, why bother? Exactly. Jason, I feel personally attacked.
And some guys ain't happy unless they're complaining too.
Well, this is going to be. I'm going to start playing the video because it's got a few minutes.
Come on, man. Back between the two machines. Move, Ref, move. Dead player, kneel down. Dead player, kneel.
I love how Tandis kept walking up that hallway with like little or no concern.
Dead player, kneel. Dead player, kneel.
And I was telling him to kneel because I really didn't want to overshoot him.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm not meaning to yell at you guys. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just projecting.
I'm just projecting.
Oh,
Is that what
Yes,
you,
man, fuck
that's
you.
what you call it?
Man, it's so sad that that room used to be full of those machines right there.
Where's your stuff? Fuck. Good. Cover that lane.
Oh, Kevin's back.
We're good. Hang him!
Hey, Jay, this place used to make camouflage material for the military. It's a big textile mill in Carlisle, South Carolina.
Yeah, I got you right there.
That's one of the Junkies guys, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Am I bleeding right here?
I can't tell because my picture's over his face.
That wasn't you. That was somebody else earlier.
Yeah, I like that. We need a Joker versus Gravity segment.
Yeah, I know it sucks. I hate kneeling down. Green medic. Green medic.
Thank you for saying the color, Mark.
Green medic.
Yeah, that is Chance.
Green.
So that is actually a.
Yeah, I met him at Fulda Gap.
Give me up.
Give me up.
Yeah, we're good. Augie.
Now, kneeling, if you're a dead player, is going to be important at about, I'd say 10 seconds.
We got Dark Horse 6 on the other side.
Hey, Sal, what's the only rule you dislike?
Good catch.
Oh. What, the calling for color?
I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry, dude. That's why dead players are supposed to kneel.
I think that's what Sal was talking about is, color medic calls.
I'm so sorry, brother.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. I know.
I was going to ask about that because
Just call
Kevin?
medic. The tan comes medic or green.
I don't know. I started making the guys do it at the Valkyrie game I adminned, and it just seemed to go better. So at least that way when somebody's hollering medic, if he's your guy and you're close by and you can hear it, hand medic, well, hey, let me try to get to him if I can. But, of course, it also makes you a bullseye, too. So it's,
Is that a tan
it's
guy?
airsoft.
Yep, good to go.
Here's where the funny
Green
bits
medic?
start to happen. Here's where
Oh,
the
that's like-
camaraderie
that's
for
like-
players happens.
Hit.
Well, you at least took one of them out before they took you out.
I'm talking about
They
me.
just took more than one.
Shot, baby. Just like he said, you threaded the needle on that one.
Yeah.
You shot one, and it came between his arm, hit me right here. I was like, I'm joking.
Those guys right there
Oh, awesome.
have come to both Mayhem Mills, and I don't know their names. They are the nicest guys.
They are.
Don't know what team they are, but they are just, man, they're just a bunch of great old dudes.
I want to point them out in the next video I play because there's something really cool to explain about that as well. But I don't want to give it away just yet.
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Let's let the fun happen. Great.
Ghost. Medic.
Did y'all hear that, or did we were talking?
Hey,
About
you're on your own.
It's Ghost.
You done
Is
talking?
that Ghost?
It's Ghost.
Yeah.
Medic. We're supposed to be kneeling, guys.
All right, so here's where the explanation comes in. A green guy came up. I saw a green guy coming up behind me. I put my arm behind my back and was tapping where my tourniquet was. So he comes up, he puts the tourniquet on my back, on my arm, behind my back, and then I reach up and I turn off the deadlight. Then this happens.
We're really a shotgun?
See the deadlight?
Oh my God, that was a gun hit. Oh really? I love you very much, but I can't pull the trigger fast.
I couldn't hear it. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it.
I think he said, "I love you very much. Thank you for not shooting me." I can't get my.
Because it was a gun hit at the first round, he said.
I didn't fire at him
You
at first.
didn't fire that one.
Yeah.
I can't pull the trigger fast.
He goes, "I can't pull the trigger fast enough."
Move, Augie. Move.
All right, another funny moment here in a second. We just did dominoes with two other dudes behind me.
I called you Satan. I shot you off.
There's no safeties in the op board.
There's no safety here. There's no safety here. Only when you're from
But
behind.
it's a courtesy thing.
No kill.
See how these guys are laying on the floor? I just fell on all of them. It was like, no.
That first match was, I did.
So-
yeah. Good job.
Now you want to see something stupid?
What? Yeah? I hate you. I almost fucking hate you.
What
This was
something stupid.
that running straight into enemy fire.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just going to run straight into it because we were dead to begin with. Now, the other thing I wanted to show is those same guys.
I got a real quick funny story about them after this.
Hit.
You're supposed to take it either.
Dead.
Shut up.
Is he alive?
This might have been Saturday
Matt,
morning.
We're dead.
Yes, and that's when I
I
started
know.
doing it.
I'm just saying we're dead. I wasn't yelling, "Yeah, we're fucking dead."
Tourniquet, Jay.
We got any medics back there?
Tourniquet, ace bandage. No hit sticks.
Then what
Yeah.
happened to our CO?
Not throw him under the bus or anything. So
So you're good. You're good with him walking over? Go.
You talk too much for a dead man.
All right.
Yeah.
what he said was, which was actually a really cool thing. He said, pointing to Tinker, "You should not have called that hit. You shot me before I even pulled the trigger, and then I released and hit you." That's why I asked. So you go with him walking back? He said, "Yes." Cool. That's players interacting positively on the field. So I just want to say that those guys were extremely good sports out there on the field. Wrong setup.
There's a lot of good sports out in the field. Ton of them.
Yeah.
The Firefights,
So,
I got
real
it.
quick story about those guys. So, at Mayhem Mill 2, I was on a half admin, half play ticket. So, I was going to admin Friday night, Saturday morning, and then after the and then play for the rest of the event. Well, Saturday morning, I step on a nail, so I'm admin the whole
I
weekend.
remember when you did that. Yep.
Oh, I love the Savannah Vipers. They're called Savannah Vipers.
Oh, is that them? Oh, man, great bunch of guys. So, it was that same room with those big old whatever the things that equipment was, and they were all standing around. They had been shot, and I'm like, hey guys, I really need y'all to take a knee. And he's like, Mr. Admin, man, don't make me get down, it's too hard to get back up. I said, well, just lean against the machinery then. He's like, thank you so much.
That's Bulldog too.
Again, all right, Wolfman, I'll address this as well. When I'm standing in front of you, you don't hear the heavy breathing because the microphone's directed directly down in front of my face. So you think you hear it. I'm like huffing and puffing. I still have breath for days. The only time when I'm like gasping for air is when somebody like this asshole down below shoots me in the nuts. Who wants to see that video?
I shot you in the nuts?
I'm pretty sure it was you.
You have the video?
Was this before or after Phoenix shot you in the dick?
This was after. This was so this was Saturday. This was Sunday. So I'm jumping ahead a little bit. That's the bomb that they had going. Well, oh, you guys can't see it. It's always great to.
So Jay asked if hit sticks are allowed. And
Papa, where have you been? They answered that 3 minutes ago.
No, ace wraps and tourniquets only.
Wiener answered it.
Yes.
That's probably why I didn't hear
it.
Well,
if you'd sit up in your chair, you probably would have heard it.
This is it. I don't have my high chair with me. There's no booster seat in this thing.
So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the bomb missions in a bit, but there's the bomb right there, and green, and I'm telling them because of where the green cone is. It's down. It's like through these. You can see it down through the thing, through these doors bays here, and that's a no shoot location, right? So I'm going to stop the guy from shooting into spawn.
I don't get shoot.
I'm full admin, by the way.
Can you see their cone?
Well, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. Wish it was. That's not me.
So step on that thing so I don't get shoot. Hey, how?
So that's Lucifer's Wolves with the bomb?
That was probably.
No.
Was that Bulldog's gun? I saw the flash. Did you see the flash come off it?
Oh, here, I'll play it back again because I know you all love watching me writhe in pain.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I didn't do that.
Can you see
It'd be even better if it was Bulldog.
Did you see the flash?
No, it's not Bulldog.
Gun. He did that on purpose.
That wasn't Bulldog.
But he had the flashlight or the flashlight gun. I don't have one of those.
Yeah, that's not Bulldog. I can tell you that much right now.
It's not Wiener either because I don't have a flashlight gun.
I thought that was you. You're over there though. I can tell you that.
I was probably a little further back coming up.
Yeah, that one hurt it a bit.
Yeah. No, I don't have a suppressor that flashes.
Yeah.
I don't have a tracer unit either on my gun yet.
Thanks, Sal. And yes, part of me that was definitely my fault for the guys that were there. It was definitely my fault because I did not say admin coming out. I thought that they were engaging people back by the cone, which is back there. No way, I turned it away. It's back beyond the thing. So I was like, I didn't realize there was a guy literally right down there. And yeah, that shot hurt. I was feeling that the rest of the day. You were wondering why I was walking a little funny.
You always walk funny.
Shut up. Short of breath, priceless. Oh yeah, I was definitely short of breath there. I was like, ooh man, that one stung. So going into the night game, we relocated the boxes again. This time we moved them into positions where the chem lab never moved. The first floor box moved into the middle offices where I should have put it on the server little box thing, which is actually a good spot to hold if you can get in there and hold it. It was a really good place to hold that location. And then green came out in force. That's when they've discovered how to use the cards effectively. At the end of the night game, green made up a huge amount of the deficit. Going into Sunday's game, they were only down 5,000 points. And it's not made up numbers. That was just legit based off all the thing was like 5,000 and change. So at the start of the Sunday game, we didn't pre-insert anybody. We swapped spawns, and then at that point, we brought in the bomb prop. And the bomb prop was that thing is massive and it's heavy. And we gave each team once they got it to their spawn, they had 30 minutes once it's armed to get it as close to the enemy spawn as possible. If you, for green team, if they got it to med bay or past med bay, anywhere in that section, they scored 500 points. If they got it past the wall that was out of bounds because of the spawns for the first two evos, it was 1,000 points. And if they got it right above the stairwell, right in front of a spawn, it was 12.
Another 250.
Another 250, so 1,250 points. Green team, I was scared. I was scared they were going to lose points because no matter where that bomb blew, those are the points that would be scored for the team. So, for example, if the green team lost a bomb and tan got it to the offices, they would score 500 points or 1,000 or 1,250. Well, green team got it all the way up to med bay. Then they retreated all the way back to the offices, like to the stairwells going up to the back offices. It's like, what are you doing? Then they decided to take it down into the basement. And instead of staying with the bomb, the guy puts the bomb down and walks away from it. Part of the team advances through the basement. Then they come back out again. The guy with the bomb then goes outside the front section, the face of the building. They all meet up, and they then do this tactical insertion on the backside, going through the forward floor with, like, I think 20 seconds to spare. They place the bomb right above this, like in the stairwell on the third floor, right above the doorway for where they were going in. Bomb blows up. They score max points. I then take the bomb to Tan respawn and say, hey, tell your CO if you got comms with them, the bomb's here, ready to go. Let me know when you want it armed. They told me they wanted it armed, and Lucifer's Wolves decided to take it. When they went around the backside of the building, they started taking this bomb towards where they wanted to take it to. It's not a path I would have taken because it was very exposed, and they were taking fire from snipers from the tree line. So they went inside the building. They came out of the building, went along the backside to that one building where there's a bunch of pipes. Like right where I came out of, like right near that thing. I was like, you guys can't shoot around that corner shooting into their spawn area. You can't shoot through this doorway. I can't tell you anything else. I can't tell you, take the bomb back, go across, because you were dead in that room, Wiener, in that big bay area, because Ron Weber was down on one knee. Yep. Ultimately, they got trapped in that room. They got grenaded. They got shot. And as an admin, I decided I heard outside. I was like standing at the corner looking into where the room was, and I could hear outside. These guys were the green team was prepping 3 grenades. I walked inside and asked Tori and all them. I was like, look, they're about to throw 3 grenades in here. You want me to tell them that you guys are all dead? And she didn't quickly answer. And I was like, it's your call. I don't have to tell them anything. They go, yes, we want to save our hearing. So I ran outside and said, hey, guys, they're dead. No grenades. Green then took the grenade and ran. Took the bomb and ran, right? And the green team asked, where does the bomb need to go? I said, it has to go in the building, but it's got to go further out. What does he do? He runs all the way. The guy runs all the way out to the tree line. All of their teammates. Wait, hold on. There we go. We got a funny video. We got the video on that.
IEDs are they allowed at Big House?
IEDs?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
If it's laser, that's not a problem. But if it's an actual trip line, no. Well, because with all the other obstacles and stuff there, that'll be a liability for us.
Up there at Big House again.
Yeah.
Retard. I was just said take it that way.
I was
No,
there
not
to the
that
left
way.
of them.
You can't go that way because fucking A. You guys are gonna score no points on it.
Jay, he says if you keep going that way, we're not going to get any points. You got to go this way.
In the
Same
building,
guy was told
dumbass.
10 times.
Yeah, I saw him go by the
He
fence
just
line.
cost you guys 500 points at least.
In the building, Jake, not outside.
Playing in shorts, huh?
Man, the retard is strong right now.
Well, I mean, you told him.
It'll be 30 minutes and it's gonna detonate in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Jake, get in the building. Get in the main building. I'm just telling you what time it's
50 seconds.
Somebody's running after him.
Yeah, so, all
I
right.
know, right?
I'm going to give credit, right? Because that's right there is where my GoPro died. It died at the absolute wrong spot. If it would have just went going for like the extra 50 seconds, that dude that was yelling at him ran out, grabbed the bomb, went running all the way back into where I said the good plays, where I said the good play happened, where the guy said, "Yo, Tinker didn't get shot." That dude in green ran, jumped, put one foot on like the little block, another foot up top, got inside the building, got it just inside with like 2 seconds to spare, got shot, and it blew inside the right section of the building. So they got the 500 points, so they got right into the right location. So it actually was a good way to run it back.
Jason, that's not where I said to shine the light, boy. Jason, no.
It was rather funny just watching that interaction between that team. So there was a lot of, like I said, a lot of really good stuff that happened at the event and all that. It was extremely positive. There was a couple incidences that we had to address, obviously. So, you know, there's always stuff like that we always have to address at just about every single event that we have that we go to. You know, about people not reading the op board fully. Like you're not allowed to shoot out of cracks.
Your head should be able to fit into it.
Yeah, if you're shooting at somebody, if you're shooting at a group of players, make sure you're not shooting at a bunch of dead players. That are
I tell you what, some of the green or blue on blue fights this weekend on both sides were amazing.
They were fantastic. We're actually going to save like some of this other talking for like the next time, because everybody can talk about it, because we're going to do our thing, because we're going to end up the AAR on this one, because it doesn't matter what event you go to. The next couple of things we're talking about, you never should happen at any event. But the blue on blues were phenomenal. And there's times where you're just sitting there as an amateur, you're just doing this, you're just going.
It's amazing the view you see either being an admin or a dead man.
So some of the most awesome things out there. With that being said, we want to thank everybody for coming out to the event. It was a hell of a lot of fun.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes, thank you.
Kevin and I have been talking.
Had a
We have some
blast.
plans for the next one. It was there's definitely going to be some cool stuff that comes down the line for the next stuff. So
Speaking of, can I go ahead and announce that real quick?
sure.
All right. So the next game, which is going to be Firestorm 3, is going to be April 22nd through the 24th. And it's going to be Rangers, which will be green, versus Delta, which will be tan, with VIPs Ranger Master Sergeant Mad Max Mullen versus the Delta Force Ranger Command Sergeant Major Colossos. Did I say that right? So John's bringing in some Lion Claws VIP guys from, I guess, some of the Op Irene.
Nice. We're really looking forward to that. Now, guys, understand that if you've been to this event several times, you'll know that more machinery is probably going to be gone between now and then. There's other paths to take besides the main halls.
There's a whole unexplored back area.
Yeah, we are going to be using more of the AO. We're going to be using the place I affectionately said where I lost Papa. You know, turn one way, turn my head back, Papa's gone. There we go. We got a whole bunch. I love how the son is telling the father to go to bed. All right. So, with that being said, damn, did I actually use the good video for this? It's time for our. Do you have anything else to add for this AAR wiener, CRISPR?
I think we kind of covered them. I mean, I think 99.9% of the feedback I got was great, and anything that we hit, we changed the next Evo if we couldn't change it immediately, and I think the players had a great time. I know I would have had a great time if I was playing there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, so at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and take our quick. It looks like it's only going to be. Oh wait, we have a 4-minute and 30-second video. So 4-minute and 30-second intermission. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a couple other things here. So, give me one. Come on, man.
I just want to thank all the green teams since I got cut off again. Thank all the green team. You guys did awesome, especially the teams that were out there who listened when we took over there for the second Evo and went in as groups and had some fun. I hardly ever saw anybody back at the CP after that, so that means they're out there in the middle of the fight.
That's a good point, Wiener. Normally at events, you think there's a freaking objective in the AA because of all the players that are there.
Yeah,
and while I saw, 1 or 3 or 4 every now and then, but it was not the normal AA camping that you normally see.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I had a blast. Bulldog and I both had a blast.
Thanks, Jason and Steve. You know how to make a girl blush.
Okay, guys. Intermission. What a show.
4 minutes, right?
4 minutes. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to watch intermission, then I got to bail.
All right.
We're trying to figure out if there's a pause X or not. Yeah, we don't know.
Noon.
Just be ready for a possible pause to come.
It's noon. It's at noon.
Well, no, like there's admins confused about rule sets and shit is what's the problem. Yeah, we're
What?
not just hanging out. Yeah, okay, that's what I shot that. So, taking a couple steps up the stairs.
No problem, sir. Hit! Give me on. Drop my kit right there. Just drop my kit. Doorway on the far side.
Man.
Go. Doorway on the far side. Up top. Second floor doorway. See it? Sorry, that was me, brother.
What's up?
That was me.
Oh, no, you're good, man. That was a good shot. We didn't overshoot you or anything. It was a good shot.
Blind man. Blind man call. Blind man! Confirm we have a game on. You guys could walk back.
I'm just saying, I didn't shoot, did I?
Chill.
Just heard game on. I'm walking back.
Hey, stop right now. Stop right now. Walk back. I'm an admin. Relax. I got it. We were gonna handle it. I'm an admin. They were gonna move back. All right. They called game on too soon.
Lifted his gun up and I panicked.
Because they saw you, dude.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Don't yell next time. Let it.
It's just hard to hear.
I got you.
I'm sorry, man.
Huh? Well, no, it's you guys spent more than enough time here. Go ahead, go back.
Come. Medic.
Where's your shit? Where's your shit?
Right here. Top, right there.
There's 2 on the left and 3 on the right.
I can't see your shit. I can't see how this thing works. You know what?
You're good.
I made it out.
Hey, fuck. I'm dead. What do we got, Mark? I'm dead.
I'll watch that shit bounce off.
Sorry. I know, he's up there. Sorry, Tinker. Oh, shit. Ricochets don't count, but you can call that if you want. Here's your shit.
Good shit, you shot.
Where are you going, bud? You're supposed to stay put for 5 minutes. Okay, just go back and...
What did he call you? Why'd you shoot me, you fucker?
I thought you were him.
That was that hallway there was actually a whole lot of epic firefights in that one little spot.
Oh, hey, I'm still here.
Did you see where the guy called the ricochet as a hit?
Hey, man, good for him. When in doubt, call it.
I don't even think it was when in doubt, call it. I think he got hurt off the ricochet hurt. He's like, I don't want to get hit with that thing. And that was right after when the first blind man was called. All right, so everybody is back. So let's get into the next segment here.
But now I'm really leaving, guys. Good night. It was fun. Had a great time.
Talk to you soon, man.
All right.
Hey, bud, I'll talk to you. Be good.
Yeah, Chris, you need to get back to it. The guy had smoke backfiring on him. So that was our segment on the AAR from Firestorm 2. It was I cannot stress this how much fun that AO is. I love that AO. We want to thank Christopher for bringing us out there a lot. So it was a good time. Okay, tell that to my stomach. Hey, man, the only thing I know is there was a guy in there, and I came up. I only shot you once, realized my mistake, and I think that was like the only time I really shot a dead player. Which goes on to the one of the first things I want to do is I want to talk about one of our awesome sponsors and the cool stuff they gave me. I now have really cool. Oops, upside down. Really cool new dead rags.
I got a cool one of those too.
From Paracord Addiction, from Thomas Preston. He's also the one that made this really cool Players Wanted mug. This guy is awesome. I mean, I want to talk about him just for a minute. So I was letting him know he lives in Savannah, and I'm driving up to Firestorm 2. And as I'm driving up, we're having a chat and talk about stuff. And he goes, "Oh, hey, what's your logo?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, let me send it to you." He finds my logo on his own. He goes, I said, "Hey, you're in Savannah, you're off at 95. Can I stop off and get one of the maps? So I could show off on the microfiber maps." And he goes, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we meet up at a gas station. We're off 95. He shows up. He hands me a bunch of these cool, awesome dead rags. Of course, the map. He gives me this mug and like a white bag that's a swag bag that actually says that has the Players Wanted logo and says swag bag on the bottom of it. My daughter has a Skanda with that. So the cool thing is, if your teams want really cool microfiber dead rags, these things are great at sopping up sweat. By the way, oh my God, were they so great at that? Pringles can. Hey, it's. I only had to fill it up twice. So you can check them out, Paracord Addiction, on the search for that on Facebook, and you'll be able to pull them up. He could do custom team ones. He could do some ones for individuals and all that. He does a lot of customized printing and all that. Thanks for the awesome swag and everything else. So there was two main events that are issues that I want to talk about that happened at Firestorm, but it's not just related to Firestorm. Actually, three issues. First one is, gentlemen, what is your thoughts about aiming for the head on purpose and face?
Only if they're not calling their hits. That's my take on it.
Papa?
Yeah, I mean, if it's the only target, which I've been hitting the head from a sniper because I'm little, and if I'm leaning in, this is all you got, just a little piece. Then take the shot. I deserve it, and you deserve it if you can make the shot. But if that's your every shot, if that's your every 30-foot shot, if that's then no, absolutely not. Nope. If you're paying somebody the disrespect that they're paying you because they're not calling their hit, like Wiener said, then no, shoot them where you got to shoot them to get them to call it. But other than that, absolutely not. It should be considered a taboo.
And I'm not calling anybody out. Just not so. If some of you are already typing, stop. We're not calling anybody out. We're not putting anybody on blast. This is mostly to talk about the topic of headshots, because frankly, it's actually the marks have gone now. But I was shot through my mask at point, so that I wear the same mask you do, Papa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And through my mask, the mesh mask, I hit the mesh mask. It caused a welt on my face. 4 shots.
Only make you look better.
Right in the face. No, it did not make me look better. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if the only target that's presented is a headshot, because is that Ghost? Is AJ Schaefer Ghost?
That's what he says.
Hey, Ghost. Yeah, because I got Ghost in the head in his hat. He was behind that rubble pile, and the only thing I saw was his hat. So I was like, tink, 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 and then I heard a little thwack, and Ghost is like, hit. Hey, what's up, Ghost? So when it comes down to, if you just tuned in, Ghost, we just got done playing like about 10 minutes ago the video of our interaction in the middle. But if you're out on the field and your main go-to is nothing but headshots, especially if you're going to be doing close range CQB, and especially as a rifleman, your gun shooting right at the top of the limit, I would say no. Yes, true. Geeking it with Cody. It's gonna happen, but it's also a different story if your go-to, like I think who is it? Kicking Mustang has been banned from a lot of locations where he's at because of intentionally doing headshots with a sniper, because he'd only aim for headshots. And taking a sniper shot to the face, that sucks on its own, but being close, looking at a barrel of a gun and getting a spray to the face when your chest isn't readily available. Oh, because you're not going to call it if I hit your plate carrier. Well, I'm not wearing a plate carrier, but okay.
You've heard me in my safety brief make the joke. I'm shorter than I appear, and when most people are aiming center mass, there's that center mass on most people is my head. If I walk past, I'm walking past your chest usually. That's just how short I am. So I ask people to be cognizant of where they're shooting, muzzle awareness and all that. But, so yes, sometimes it happens. But if you're paying attention to where you're shooting, if it matters to you where you shoot somebody, then you should be paying attention where you're shooting.
Yep.
I understand hop kicks in sometimes at the last second, and BB might rise. You might hit me, then yes, it might happen. Any of those things that can possibly happen, but it should be seldom, not frequent.
Yeah, exactly. One of the issues that came up was like, which goes into the secondary issue of shooting dead players. You know, dead players don't always have to. Sorry, I'm just reading this over. I think it depends on the field limits because my field is low, 350 FPS. I use a pistol, so I tend to aim for head simply because no one ever feels a sub 300 FPS shot through flannel, chest plate difference altogether. The game that has upwards of 400 FPS ranges. Yeah, see, most events you're running at 1.55 joules, which hurt.
Yeah.
It hurts, and if you're shooting people in the head, that also hurts. And if you also have a gun that is rigged to do a high rate of fire, even on semi, like with a zero, like my guns, you know, where I can come around the corner just going. Sorry, there's like a lot of this is great because there's a lot of combats. Like Ghost. Now is really low and ready to pull the trigger, and the other player's lower head felt bad with 6-round shotgun, thankfully 0.9 joule. I feel bad that the player was very good with it. You know, stuff like that. Again, headshots are going to happen, but if your play style means that you're only aiming for the head, that's a problem. And in some of these events like this, where a lot of guys aren't wearing lower mesh masks. So, what is everybody's thoughts of that, of forcing players to wear lower face protection? And in some of these events like this, where a lot of guys aren't wearing lower mesh masks. So, what is everybody's thoughts of?
Wiener, you watching?
Yeah.
Midget porn. Sorry.
Like this, where we hear the stream coming through.
Wiener, you watching?
Hold on.
Yep.
The comment was made. I went back and looked on Facebook, and of course,
Chris, I don't know. I don't know that I would say that.
Some of the headshot on me today would come not in between, but hit right in the bottom of my iPro. It was a good shot. I mean, most of it was covered, but it was like, wow, where'd that come from?
Like, for example, like this nose shot that I got right here. Oh, wait, this way. Sorry. I wasn't upset that I got shot there because the only target the kid had was my head. And it made me bleed. It hurt. It stung. But I wasn't upset about it, just like the week before when I got nailed on this side. You know, I don't get mad about it.
A lot of times, the better the player you are, the more the hit you take is going to hurt because you're not giving up a lot of areas.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
that's correct.
Joker runs everywhere he goes. So somebody's going to get an LMG or an SMG on him and spray him down to try to catch him. He's going to catch several shots. You know, me, I'm ducking behind a mushroom somewhere, and and I'm gonna get caught. It happens. I'm gonna get that little piece that sticks off to the side, the little top of my head that pokes out the top. That's why I wear the bump cap inserts now, because I know I'm catching shots to the head.
Mm-hmm.
To your question, what did I say? Oh God, did I leave an innuendo out there? I didn't mean to. I'm usually better than that.
Taking shots to the face, I think, is what he's talking about.
It might be, yeah. Whoops. You know, about the mandating lower face. You know, you've heard me say in my safety briefs, eyeballs can't be replaced. You know, teeth can be capped and things like that. I would love it if we could mandate it, because I think it's silly not to. I've got a copy of particular individual's X-ray that shows a BB being removed from his chin. You know, I literally was feet away from one guy at one of my events, tooth shot out, and then
Tinker had his teeth shot out right here.
Right, there's
Corey Snick with Chunkies. He got his tooth shot out big time.
You get I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason not to wear one. They make plenty of masks. The one that I wear, the one that Joker wears, is comfortable enough. When it really matters, you can actually take a heat gun to it, peel the whole thing off, trim it down, get it to fit your face, and put it back on. If it's that big a deal to you, but I would rather. I've been shot through a schmog once. I wore just a schmog to see how it was. Caught one in the cheek. Nope. No, thank you. Do not want that. Yeah. Yep. And it's not like we can't hear you talk.
Yep, that's right.
Right. Comes right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucking
it. Yeah, it really is. When you're at an event, when guys are shooting right at the cusp, they're 1.54999. They're right at that 155. When there's snipers shooting 3.5 joules and they're catching you at 150 feet away, it's just silly not to wear it, in my opinion. If there's a reason why you have, like I know I will make you a custom mask just to fit over your lips. I promise.
Oh God. Oh God,
yeah,
my head's hurting.
If you you can make the customs. I don't know if you're playing somewhere, if it's that big a deal to you. I'd like to understand it, because I don't understand it. There's nothing that could be so important for you not to wear the mask. I really don't understand that. My son, now over 18 years old, over 19 years old, he chooses not to wear one. I spent thousands of dollars on them damn teeth.
Yeah.
But it's heavyweight beat. I sell 0.5s, man. You can feel those things it's no joke.
Phoenix wants to be tactical.
Yes.
Because I mean, the secondary part that comes into it, which goes into the thing, like what sucks worse is that if you're also aiming for heads when people are standing around and doing all that, what happens if you decide that you're going to be shooting from a particular angle where you might not see somebody's deadlight, and next thing you know, you shoot 10 people inside the head that are already dead, which is another issue that happened. So it's one of those things of when the incident happened, I mean, some of us had, my deadlight. The deadlight I wear is bright for a reason. I don't like getting shot when I'm dead.
Right.
So my bright ass light was facing the direction I took 4 shots to the head, 2 to the helmet, and then one was, like I said, it got real close into the mask. It hit the mask and it went up and it got caught inside of my eye pro. Luckily, the eye pro stopped it. Another one got me in the back of the neck, and 2 got in my head. Everybody else got shots inside the head. The person was aiming for heads. I mean, there was no chest. There was no chest kit, and the thing was, we were dead, but we were not coming back into the game yet. Most of the guys were sitting around jaggering. Like, you got 2 guys sitting on the stairs. My gun's leaning up against the thing. You got 2 guys smoking, and there was no smoking allowed in the building. So we're not walking inside the building anytime soon. And deadlights were on. And it was like, well, I didn't know it was your spawn. I was like, well, you're along the wall where the spawn is, but whatever. But the biggest portion is that, we were all dead and we all of a sudden got shot up, and that's not appropriate. At least in my opinion.
You're addressing a problem that is, it's a age-old problem with airsoft, and that's asking guys to be aware. I mean, it's happened to all of us. You come around a corner, you get a little excited to shoot. You get startled by somebody, or you're shooting at one guy and there's 4 or 5 other guys laying around that are dead. You don't want to shoot those dead guys, but what are you gonna? You're not 100% accurate, even with the D-hop barrel. You twitch and move, and when one BB might fly a little awkward or something, you're not going to be 100% accurate. You're going to catch some guys. I think that's when it actually does. It falls on the dead player to take that courtesy move. Roll over 5 feet one way or the other, get out of the line of fire.
Ooh, that hurts. See, that's why I wear a mesh mask. I mean, that's why I wear a lower.
Yep. I have actually had, and I know Wiener, you've definitely had this happen too. I'm sure, Joker. I think you said you did too. I on 2 different occasions, 2 different kinds of iPro, all full seal. I've come off the field going like this, and there's a BB rolling around inside. Now the seal stops it, or slows it down enough it's not going to do any damage, but it still finds its way inside. Whether you're hit up here and it drops down when you shift or move, that tells you that they're moving fast. Cover up, get out of the way.
Yeah, and you're right. That actually did happen to me with those Oakleys. A BB got in, and I left it in there so I could go off the field and show you. I was like, look what happened. I don't even know why they were shooting up there for that game, but hey, it happens. And look, yes, we all make mistakes a lot of times with target identification. That happens, but usually it's only maybe 1 or 2 people. There was, which goes into the second part. What do you all? How strongly should an event go after a player that intentionally shoots dead people?
Wait, say that again. I'm reading a comment. So I'm reading Augie's here, and then I read Yordi's, and
we are not addressing names. We're not addressing individuals. We're going over stuff that's there. So we're not even going to address stuff like that.
So Chris, that's not exactly true. Oh, I'm sorry. You're
sorry. Go to Yordi.
Yordi. So Yordi.
And that happened to me.
With you, pal. I gotta disagree.
Go
ahead.
Sorry. He had because I understand part of his point directly is where Steven full-outed me in the stomach by accident was because he kicked the door in behind me, which he said he opened it. I was like, nope, that sounded like you were breaching the door. Sorry, I don't give a shit what you're saying. That's why I spun around and my gun came up. I recognized, but he saw my gun come up and he responded with pulling his trigger. There's times where I've come around corners where I saw movement and there's somebody like a teammate or a dead guy who's not where I expect them to be, and I accidentally put a round into him. Luckily for me, I only do 1 or 2, but I also aim for center mass. So if somebody's wearing a plate carrier, 8 out of 10 times they don't get hit in a soft spot. Target action only plays if you have time to take. You wanted to talk about this one next, right? But as a dead player, you're not supposed to move.
Right. Yeah. So that's not exactly true. Most events most do make provision for you to get out of the way. Dead is dead. That's fine. But if you're dead in the middle of a firefight, and there's BB streaming, you can move out of the way. Just get up, move over, lay back down, and stay there. You're allowed to bring yourself to safety. I don't think I've been to an event where that wasn't the case. And Wiener, correct me if I'm wrong. Also,
no, you're exactly right. And I had it at this event too. I asked him to move because he was in the line of fire. He didn't want to get lit up. I said, "You don't want to get lit up. Would you move? Just move over a little bit, please, or move out of the line of fire." Which they do. Yeah. They don't want to get lit up. And I had no problem with the majority of the people. The hard thing is trying to prove whether it's intentional or not. Now, if you're going to run your mouth saying you're intentionally doing it, then if you get caught doing it, goodbye. You can be gone.
And the other thing too is sometimes dead players eventually have to go back to respawn.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is flat out intentional shooting dead players, which we had an incident on Saturday. I was standing right there for it. John was there for it. Guy comes running straight up. We're facing the dude with all of our dead lights flashing, and he just sprays right into us. I mean, fast, 5 or 6 shots per one of us. He goes, "What are you doing?" As he's running past, like, "Yo, man, what the hell are you doing?" He goes, "Shooting you."
So that's to me as an event runner. that's a one and only warning. Even if there's rumor of you doing it again, you're off. That's how I would handle that, because if it was obvious that you guys were all dead, I'll give the benefit of doubt. He was heated, his goggles were fogged, he was whatever. Gave it a shot. All right. They get one warning. Beyond that one, nope. That's it. You're off the AO. You're out, because now you're just trying to hurt people.
Okay, Wiener, your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that for intentional shooting like that. If you're known you're dead, one warning, like he said, and goodbye. You know,
Okay.
you're known for doing that because you want to make sure everybody's dead that you're running through and count it as your hits and kills. Dude, you don't need to be out here playing. That's not playing anymore. That's vindictiveness.
So to make it clear, there was not like we were obstructed or anything else. We're in that room, that big open room, Papa, where the rubble pile is. You know the room I'm talking about, right? The one where you almost fell into the hole and died.
Okay. There's a lot of those. They're only this deep.
When we came into the backside, it had the landing, one of the few ones that had the landing still up. It's on close to okay. So we're standing there. It was Steven, Ryan, and I, and we're all standing like this, dead lights flashing, and the dude comes straight at us, and it was
Steve. God bless you. Be safe. Have a good night. Get some rest. Hope to see you on the field here soon.
I know, right?
Yeah, brother. Be good. Take care.
Love you, man.
Stop scaring us.
Night,
I
guys.
know, right? Shit.
Yeah, stop scaring us.
So, okay, and so when it comes down to that, I agree, one and done. Unless it's if you have somebody standing over somebody shooting, that for me is kicking off on the fence, which leads it to the very next section I wanted to talk about with it, which is physical contact.
On my field.
Those guys are on the field.
So again, if anybody that was witnessing this, don't mention names, because we're beyond that. Don't mention names. It's not talking about
Night,
names.
Augie. Oh, Night Augie's not going to bed.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Night, Steve. This is only to address scenarios. We're going to talk about the scenario briefly. We're not going to go into detail, but so the scenario that happened here, yes, sir.
Quick pause. You already said it exactly, and we all kind of left it out. If it's happening and it continues to happen, go get an admin. Absolutely. We did. We left that piece out. Never handle yourself, which is also the segue into what you're talking about now. Never handle it yourself. No matter how bad it gets, don't handle it yourself. You never know the situation. You never know what's going on. Do not handle it yourself. Let the admins take care of it.
Yes, that's one of the times where when it happened to me, I turned to John. He's the admin. He saw it. John made a comment to the player, and then John also radioed over as like war crimes, because anytime that I was involved in something, I tried to stay away from having the discipline stuff come down the line, right? And that's what you should do if it involves you. Sort of like what happened with the crack shots and everything else. I, wanted to stop it from happening until that this section's off limits. And then I reported immediately to CRISPR, and then CRISPR handled it from there. So the next section, I didn't witness it firsthand. We're still waiting for video to come in. But in the op board, it was said that you cannot block or restrict doorways. Okay, you can't block, you can't barricade, you can't stop doors from being opened. There was a green player was trying to get into Chem Lab, tried to breach the door, and a guy tan player was up against it, holding it. When the one guy was in there, the green dude decided that he had enough of watching this guy block the door, walked up, grabbed the door, pushed the player, pulled the door open. The tan player, in retaliation, grabbed the guy and started shaking him so hard that it ripped his plate carrier. The decision on the field right then and there was to kick both parties. Well, as soon as it got reported to the admins. Now, there was 2 other admins that witnessed this, but they didn't intervene because they didn't know what authority they had. They witnessed it. Everybody, we got a story from everybody, and the decision was, you guys are gone, you're gone. So all parties that were involved
Mhm.
were off the field. Anybody that laid hands on anybody was off the field. Now, I'm not talking about laying hands on, I'm running up to stop somebody from fighting, like to say pull somebody back so that punches aren't thrown. I'm talking about the physical altercation of interacting with another person like that. So discuss.
Jay, we call them combat controllers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we usually do. Most games we do. A lot of people don't know who they are until somebody pops up, and I did it a couple times.
Mm-hmm. And we had quite a few of them on the field this time around for this game.
So the
Brax is on. Must have woke up. His sleep wasn't long enough.
So we're I'm trying to find the only time any hands should be put on, it should be as part of the game, and only after there's been consent. You go to Milsim events, and yes, they're depending on the event you go to, and even then, there's dragging, right? Okay, it's happened.
Don't apologize, Jen.
It happened one time. I was I think it was in Overwatch. I got dragged. That was the last time I allowed myself to get dragged. Why? Because it tore my gear. It almost put dirt inside my gun. Like, I don't want to be dragged. So they come and they grab, and I'm like, don't drag. Stand me up and walk me.
Sorry.
You paid for it.
Don't encourage him, please. You're the one that said he's a disturbance to begin with.
Yes, he is. That was a great disturbance, so continue.
Go
ahead. Continue.
So if someone comes over, same team and all that, and they're getting ready to even get ready to medic you, don't drag me. And if they decided they don't want to stand up and walk slowly with you, then they don't have to rescue you because it's something you don't want to do. That's all. Anything outside that, you're thrown off my field. There's no reason, unless you're in a game. Like again, I use Echo 4 as an example. In their JTF missions, they make those very realistic. They're very, very immersive, but only with the people that are there. So the players that are coming to witness, they don't get touched, they don't get grabbed, they don't get moved around. They witness it. They allow the players to touch the NPCs. They allow them to search them and all that, but nobody gets to touch the player because they understand that. You never know what could happen. Someone might freak out on you. Leave it alone. This is Airsoft. You already said it, but it's Airsoft. Stop it. They're 6mm plastic BBs. They're toy guns. Stop it.
Still hurt.
And yes, they do. A lot of people forget that this is supposed to be fun and that this is supposed to be a game. Because that's what we're doing. A lot of people do take this too seriously. And the funny thing is, it's like fights always happen. Not because they got shot, not because it hurt, mostly because of instances of cheating and everything else. Yeah, that's not. We're not talking about stuff like that. Like, look, you have to lay hands on somebody to pull them around a corner or whatever, like to do the buddy drag, where they walk with you and put a tourniquet on them.
But that's
we're not talking about giving somebody a hug. We're talking about when we talk about lay hands. Let's use common sense, guys. We're not talking about give me a hug. Night, Augie.
HPA that is able to sit 30. Hang on. Well, man, that's actually another topic. RPS, that's another topic, and I don't mind talking about it, but in a minute, maybe. Night, Augie. And day, we're all, yep. We'll be playing together next.
So, we, in this particular case, people got heated because we kicked them off the field. It's like, well, first off, it's 45 minutes to the end of the game. So, for the entire event. So, whatever, you're losing 45 minutes. But I'm an admin. I'm telling you, get off the field because you laid hands on somebody. The report was from from an admin, from an embedded player, from the person that was there admitted. He didn't admit fully what he did, like that. He glossed over quickly that he actually touched a player too to get him off the door to open the door. But that's irrelevant. The relevance that comes down to it is, it goes down to the teams too that should be responsible for their players that are there to also make sure, like, if any of my guys fight, it's they better be, because the only reason why they're fighting is because somebody just took 2 punches at them and they're trying to defend themselves, not going back and forth and retaliating. Like, if somebody shoves one of my guys and walks away and the guy goes up and knocks him in the back of the head, we got a problem. If a guy comes up and shoves my guy to the ground and starts trying to take punches and my guy fights back, that's a different story.
Right. If there's no longer a threat, let it go. Go tell an admin, guy will never be welcome back again, and you win. Let your ego go.
And a lot of times, so what I'm seeing happening more and more is one of the excuses was, I should be able to do this because it's real world, because it would be in the real world. I was like, well, in the real world, the person just has to simply shoot through the door and blow off your freaking leg and then throw a grenade inside the room. There's so many different real world scenarios that go into play when it comes to stuff like this.
Right.
We're playing a game, throwing plastic, having fun. We don't need to make it 10 times as intensive as it need that you're making it as of right now.
If you want to play the real world, there are people there is real sin. Magazines that hold 30 rounds, 25 rounds. There's real sin games. If you want to go play that, great. It's those aren't games that have 400 people in it and everybody just out just throwing BBs all over the place. You have to have those rules. Those rules have to be steadfast.
Yep, you're right.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Ghost? I want to reach out to you on Facebook, brother. You missed some of the great stuff from that we did earlier tonight, or maybe you saw it. I don't know, but and that's and let's talk. Let's go back a little bit. Ow! Fuck me!
Got a cramp? I didn't feel a thing.
You used that one already.
Oh, yeah, you did.
This works every time.
Oh man!
Not drinking enough water.
Oh, no, I've been drinking enough water. It's
baby kicking. Is that what it is? The baby's kicking.
You shut the fuck up.
Kidney stone?
No. I took a bad hit, a bad fall at the event. I know you guys always love those. But
Jordy, he needs a banana in him.
No, I don't. Shut up, Yordi. Shut up, Papa. Shut up, Wiener. No, I don't.
I didn't say a thing, did I? What did I say?
You didn't say a word. You were innocent.
I'm over here.
You were just grinning ear to ear.
Yep. I'm
old age. Yep. There's Steve.
Guys,
Damn.
It's literally not a cramp like that. I hurt myself.
This is Bobo.
Old, running around. Joker versus gravity is very much a thing. Yeah.
I thought it was a baby. Maybe it's due. You're feeling pains.
All right.
Rex!
Hey, everybody.
That did not work.
Not at all.
Sideways. There you go. Now you're straight.
There we go. Okay, cool. How do I see everybody?
So going back to to sort of step back and talk about some stuff, like at Mayhem Mill 2, there was an incident where with the whole smoke incident, we're not going to rehash it all, but there was definitely some Jesus Christ, Ghost.
Wow.
That's why I was trying to avoid the visual in my own head, let alone everybody else's head.
Gotta love the banana.
The smoke incident, somebody yelled, which I've said it. If I said it to Ghost at the event, and I'll say it here on the stream now. I don't believe it was Ghost that said blank team is a bunch of cheaters. I think somebody else that was there said it because of the smoke incident. What happened was now there's hostility towards two groups between that other team and Ghost. Well, it was one of those things of, hey, we're all here to play and have fun. You're an awesome dude. They're an awesome dude. Awesome people. Come here, Bridget. It's like, oh, we've already worked it out. And a lot of times that's when it comes out. That's the sort of stuff we have to get back to when it goes through. So hopefully that the guys that got into that physical stuff for the next event can get past all that, shake hands, and be like, "Man, I'm sorry. I let the stuff get into my head and everything else like that." So I think there's always a way to redeem 90% of the time. Discuss.
So when you guys were talking about basically people putting hands on people in a non-gameplay kind of way, we actually had at the 7 years of the Boneyard, almost 7, we had at least two instances. I know. Hang on, I'm probably reverbing, aren't I?
No, you're right.
Okay, we had at least two instances I can think of. One where a guy my size straight up tackled a guy Greg's size because the guy overshot him with an LMG. Yeah, because anyone who's fired like a loud LMG knows someone doesn't yell hit loudly, or if they're too far away, you're not going to know. And also, we saw the whole thing happen. The dude didn't put his hand up. He just goes, hey, and then just runs and then just spear tackles this dude like Greg's size. We had that happen, and then also we had the thing that our last event where I ref checked someone and they blasted me. That was fun. And then we also had one. Well, this wasn't on the field. There's a kid who's been playing at the Boneyard for a very long time, at least 4 years. And he's a younger kid. He's 14. He's a little annoying, but what 14-year-old is? And these two kids, or not kids, they were 19.
Greener's girlfriend. I mean,
what?
Nothing.
Okay. And these two 19-year-olds, one's 19 and 20, pulled a knife on the kid and said, hey, go leave us alone, you're an idiot, or something like that, like a real knife. And the younger player, let's call him Steve, didn't even tell me until the next event. And I was like, Steve, why didn't you tell me this happened? What's going on here? There we go. He was like, oh, I didn't want to be in trouble. I was like, why would you be in trouble? Ended up finding out. I pulled camera footage from the week previous. I got a witness statement from a very reputable player, and yeah, the kids did it. And when we confronted them, and they're like, "We're not saying it happened, but if it did, it happened in jest." I was like, "Bullshit!" Like you were like, I kicked them off the field, banned them. I kicked them off the bad club, and they even texted me. They're like, "Well, I don't think it's fair." I was like, "You egregiously broke the rules, and you're lucky, doggo." You're lucky this kid's parents isn't asking for your information for the 4 felonies you committed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something else that people forget. Although you've consented to allow someone to shoot you with a BB gun,
exactly,
you did not consent to get hands put on. Yeah, to get.
Here's also something interesting. Consent is something that can be given and taken away at any moment, and not just with romance, love things. So you've given consent for someone to shoot you. The second you no longer want to give that consent, them shooting you becomes assault.
I'm sorry. That comment, it caught me after after he said it.
I need a minute. I just need a minute.
All right. While you need a minute, I'm going to address some of the.
I mean, this is one of the hottest things I've heard in a while. I'm just.
What did I miss?
What?
The
line between consent and no consent. That fine line right there. That's.
And a lot of people when they go out to the field do not understand that even though that people have consented to play on an airsoft field and done it to play airsoft, that they know they're going to get shot and all that. What they're consenting to is everybody following the rules that are on that page, that are posted. So as soon as you decide that, like for example, like when somebody says, "I'm going to go up and full auto that person," don't do it. Besides the fight that erupts,
technically committing a minimum misdemeanor.
It still could be considered like the I burned my patch kid that got shot in his back. The cops were called on the kid that did it, and it was assault. And because the kid he shot was a 12-year-old, now you have assault of a minor, which would
And reckless. They can also throw on reckless endangerment of a minor as well.
So I want men to shoot balls at me that I cannot allow those balls in my body. Well, again, if you consented to the rules of what it was, and
To the
just
rules,
so happens that
what the
a
rule of
BB
gameplay
penetrates
is.
inside your body within the limits of what the rules are, you consented to the possibility that this could happen. However, if say somebody's a sniper and decides that they're going to put in that full thrust system, now they're shooting 550 FPS or 5 joules or whatever, and then decides to shoot you at 20 feet in the BB embeds, you did not consent to that.
Same thing if somebody walks up behind you and mag dumps you, the same type thing. That's assault right then and there.
Yep. I had a player who was on my team for a while, but I'm almost 100% positive he enjoyed hurting people. He broke MED willingly. He would not call his hits. He would put .42s into his pistol.
Wow. We Brax and I just did a gun repair on a pistol, CO2,
Salient Arms.
Salient Arms, yeah.
It was a high kappa model style.
And after the repair brought back to factory, it averages 1.8 joules.
1.86.
1.86 joules. The pistol.
A pistol with 2.8.
The gentleman plays at our field. He's going to be playing at our field more and more. Told him on the phone, we can order a different nozzle if you'd like, and we can work on this and get this down. Until that happens, if you use this pistol on our field, you must be at least 60 feet away when you shoot somebody with this, just so you're aware. It's shooting hotter than his rifle. His rifle is 0 MED. His pistol is a 60-foot, right? He is aware. I've made him aware. We are aware of it. If we see it happen, that's an issue. But
yeah.
Now this is the part I got to go on though. Is there is a level of responsibility for the field run, the game runner. There's a level of responsibility for enforcing the rules, emphasizing the rules, setting the stage before anybody steps out on the field. Being aware, listen, we all know we're old enough here. Have seen, you can be aware that there's people are going to be a problem or might try to slip the rules.
Oh, always, especially as an admin, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
or want to argue rules with you or semantics.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the one time I lost my cool at this event was when people are trying to argue over somebody.
I had someone try to argue sniper limit stuff with me on my field once. He goes, well, let me talk to someone more in charge than you. I was like, you're on my property. I own this. And he's like, well, I was like, no, I'm not letting you use this thing. No.
So going to answer Wolfman's thing, when they announce rules before a game starts, they say about handling. Typically, it's in the warlord for most events. What the things are there. Most Milsim events are very specific about this. You have to put a hand on somebody and walk them around. They try to actively avoid telling people to drag. Like at the prison game, there's no buddy dragging going on. There's all sorts of shit everywhere. You don't want to be dragged through that. Just walk it over.
Doesn't AMS require actual physical movement for you physical moving the other player?
No, not anymore.
They did 2016, yes, they did.
Gosh, that's the last time I was at an AMS event.
Yep.
No offense, guys. I've just been busy.
Ghost, I fully agree with you. Forget.
Ironically, that's right when I start drinking.
Yeah, and that's another problem too. When people go out there, I want to dump as many rounds as possible. Now, again, as long as they're still going back to like the whole thing about the rules and why like you can't call the cops because that one cheater keeps mag dumping you, is if it's inside the rules and all that, players can get banned or whatnot. We're talking about stuff where like the Twix kid that decided that him and his buddy were gonna light up the guy that they decided as they're walking the spawns, he starts shooting the hell out of them and then kept reloading and all this other stuff. That's assault. that's taking stuff too far. That's intent to harm. If you're walking back to respawn, you say, you know what, I'm done playing, and you're walking out, as an airsofter, there's an expectation that you're going to get hit. However, if you're walking to leave the field and a kid's chasing you, shooting you up and down, that's a different story.
Right.
Common sense, people.
We had an issue. I say we as airsofters. A friend of mine who plays a lot in a field in the Midwest. A kid he did something very, very aggressive, like overshoot someone on purpose. That things. He was kicked off the field, and then as he left, he mag dumped every car in the parking lot and everyone in the staging area.
And that's destruction of property.
Yeah, it was. He's actually in some legal trouble right now.
Let's see here.
Oh, wow.
And if that's the case, Stu, then if you go to that event and you don't mind that, great.
That's how his cry got torn.
Then I would be like, I guess I'm not getting medic because I'm not going to be dragged. You can't drag me with my battle belt anyway.
Just pick him up like a little toddler. Oh, that's Greg. Sorry.
Yeah, if you could pick me up like a little toddler.
I said Greg, not you. I got confused.
I prefer skull over quantity and spray.
Yep, same way, Jay. Yep.
Oh, Mark, little off topic. Someone we both know day before. Anyway, recently said I started wearing Hawaiian shirts like you, and I pointed out that Mark's shirts are tacky and mine are a little less or more classy.
Then you're not wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
And then I pointed out there's no such thing as a classy Hawaiian shirt.
No shit.
Hey, I'm just giving jokes.
The idea behind it is that they're supposed to be big, gaudy, and everything else, so you can see them from a mile away.
Well, you got the big part down.
Yeah, that was you before you even put the shirt on.
I resemble that remark.
Dude, you have so many permanent welts on your skin. You could just draw little leaflets around them and look at have a Hawaiian shirt tattooed on.
He can connect the dots and probably get the U.S. Capitol on it.
Dude, I've never seen someone with so many welts on them in my life.
And Medical Encyclopedia has you as a model for measles.
Oh, smallpox. Here it is.
There's a truffle shuffle for you.
And the worst part about this,
you're
I
also
have the screen going on my monitor. I'm going to see this again in 15 seconds. Yep, there it is. Thanks. Gotta see that twice.
You asked for the truffle shuffle earlier. Have the shirt on with the green screen in the background. Ole, ole. No, it's yes.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the dog. She's looking at herself and trying to get her stop.
And Yordi is really trying to get people. So let's talk about this in the final thing.
What's Yordi going on about now?
He's looking for more. Colonel Bling Bling is looking for more spies. The cartel leader.
He's feeling left out because he hasn't played in so long.
I know, right? Did not need to see that. Jay, you have no idea.
He's been busy baton twirling with his tights on.
So what you're saying is, I am your birth control. Great. Every day I'll call you up, FaceTime you on Facebook just to show you my belly.
I could go my whole life without knowing that.
Put your clothes back on.
Put your clothes back on, white boy. This is a 7-Eleven.
The other thing I'll say is, like, if any of the people that got heated and pissed off and everything else over the course,
I just laugh at them now.
Understand that most of those people that you might have got pissed off at are probably decent people. They're probably good guys. You probably just had a bad interaction. Give a chance. Shake a hand. I'm not going to do the truffle shuffle. I could do the truffle shuffle now. I don't like doing the truffle shuffle. And I don't have to do the truffle shuffle because I'm not trying to get inside the house. I am the house. I have the power here. Anyways.
You okay? Meds wearing off?
What's that?
I said your meds wearing off?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. So
that's cool as hell.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Blame Greg. He sent it to me.
Squirrel.
And everybody, Brax is now going to go leave.
No, I'm not. I'm staying here to the end. I promise. I told Greg the other day I want to try to be on more, be more professional, and less leaving like you're dead.
Like you're dead.
I actually don't know if his dad left or not. So,
Whose dad are we talking about? Mine, his, yours?
I think I meant Mark's, but I think his dad may have flown the coop a long time ago because he's still frozen.
Because that face, he's not. He's
My
stuck.
dad's better than your dad.
My dad is definitely
I've
better
been
than your
still
dad.
the entire time. My dads are deader than your dad.
It's not
That
fair.
explains
He
a
had
lot.
two. Yeah, it's not fair. He had two.
That explains a lot.
Three
Three
Papa,
dads,
three.
huh? Had a threesome, huh?
What?
Huh? He's three dads.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
Yeah,
Were you
my
in the
mom
first
outlived
episode
all
on
of her
Maury?
husbands.
Is
Huh?
that you are not the father?
Maury Povich.
Not the
I
mama.
forgot about that man.
All right. There's a topic.
Squirrel.
All right, there is a topic that that we sort of started talking about. Oh, there's two topics that we had to
We got
talk
9
about
minutes.
last week.
8
I know
minutes.
we got 9 minutes. Riot shields.
No,
We allow them at the
back
prison
on that
gates.
again. I thought we
Okay,
already
so
did.
hang on. Let me say what my rule of the boneyard was on Riot shields.
Bye,
Boneyard
Brad.
is closed.
Ouch. Ouch.
That was perfect timing, by the way. That was absolutely perfect timing.
No, that was Joker actually freezing. He didn't go out.
That was no. That was me yelling "Boneyard is closed" and him closing Braxton out.
It was perfect timing.
Absolutely perfect. I loved it.
I'll have to watch that back later because I didn't see what you saw. Anyway, the riot shields have to weigh a minimum. I can't remember if we did 15 or 20 pounds. They have to be replicas of actual ballistic shields, not freaking clear whatever. And it's because and the rules with that was you could you only have a sidearm or a pistol. It could be like an SMG with no stock or that kind of thing. But you could use them as much as you want. Because if anyone was going to lug, I can't talk tonight. Is anyone going to lug a 20 or 15 pound shield around? They can use it. There we go.
Why? Listen, I've seen people want to cheat so bad that they'll do whatever they got to do not to get shot.
I basically use the riot shield rules like the Call of Duty riot shield rules.
So I want to show this.
Okay, show it.
This is what the guy wants to use with his riot shield.
I don't care.
Damn.
What's the CO2s?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 CO2s, right? Which is going to get him approximately somewhere in the range, almost 500 rounds.
Tell him he can, but he can only load the BBs how they're loaded in that picture.
Russian roulette.
You play Russian roulette on the field? No.
Yeah, he's only allowed to load them like that.
Dude,
two blanks. Wait, 2 blanks, 2 shot. Hey, 1 full round. So
call it the surprise shield guy. Am I going to hit you? Am I not going to hit you? I don't know.
No.
We're not going to hit you because I got a riot shield.
Go ahead, Papa.
We're in a game of simulation. If you're going to use a riot shield, it should be able to be simulated. It means it should be depleting like it would be in the real world. Okay? You catch a 50 cal to a riot shield in the real world, you're dead.
Are we talking riot or ballistic?
Regardless.
I know. I'm talking about for use. Like if you can, would you?
Cop shows up. A cop shows up at a shootout, and he's got a riot shield, right? Okay, 9 mil, bloop, 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 no problem. Okay, maybe even a low power 5.56. Anything high power, any 308, anything like that, it's going through.
Hang on, are we just not to nitpick, Greg? Are we talking about riot shield replicas or the ballistic shield replicas? Because they're two very different things.
Who uses a ballistic shield?
Spetsnaz.
Doesn't some SWATs?
Not many SWATs, but mostly Russian. Mostly Russians use in the real world ballistic shields.
Stop talking. Just stop talking.
Wow, way to be rude.
Don't do that.
What? I'm serious.
You are catering to the idiots. by doing it. You really are. You really. Look, you're. Tell me why anyone wants to use a riot shield on the field.
In my experience, asshats who want to get footage for their YouTube channel.
Thank you. Joker, please.
Can I chime in since
Please.
somebody's actually played at this field? I see how it could be helpful to breach into the cell blocks because the way cell blocks are designed on its own, I could see it as a very useful tool for getting inside the doorways.
Of course it is. It's an unbeatable defense mechanism. Of course, it's get into anywhere.
It's not unbeatable because as somebody who has to play against riot shields probably every other time I go to Miami Airsoft, people don't know how to use riot shields to begin with, so they're
they're not unbeatable. They just present a different challenge.
Exactly.
Unless you've got like 4 guys with phalanxes going on, and I would honestly laugh to see that.
By the way, if you actually would have heard about some of the rules at Folded Gap with their shield walls, you'd probably be like, what the? Not at Folded Gap Airsoft paintball. It's mostly paintball.
I actually have an idea for a deployable cover that degrades.
That's what we were talking about.
Papa has the same thing about a deployable, degradable riot shield. Now,
depleting.
Papa can use everyone as a shield. Did you see that?
Yeah. So the only thing that I would say is the reason why I would be inclined to allow 2 riot shields, 1 per side, is to try it for 1 Evo to see how it would work, or if it would work, and if it becomes a problem, we pull them off the field.
I think that's acceptable. They only get 1. Each team only gets 1. And if it works out and it's not a complete shit show, maybe go to 2 per side.
No, I'd say it's if it's going to be a class, I don't want to see here. I agree with Papa on this side. I don't want to see. Oh yeah, this event we have 1 per side. It works. Next one, hey look, we got 20 riot shields show up for each side, and then it is complete. Hey, we're gonna act like Roman freaking warriors and Spartans and don't.
I would love to see some phalanx walls on Airsoft. It would make me laugh very hard.
Now, going back to what Jay suggested with his with the hater with the revolver, yeah, sure, he could probably have 500 rounds on the field, Papa. But you know as well as I do, it's a little bit more of a complication to shoot 10 rounds, then reload a hater, and then shoot 10 more rounds again.
Yeah, it's not like swapping mags in a Glock or an M4.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to bring a riot shield.
I have one.
I think I will bring her. Oh, no, I'm going to make one.
Okay.
Since there's no rules behind making it, right?
No.
I mean, mine will be about 63 inches tall. And it'll be about 40 inches wide.
All right.
You mean me?
And I'll come with a hater. Mm-hmm. I didn't say 63 inches wide.
He's just going to put a handle on the back of my vest.
Dude, I swear to God, Papa, what you have to do then is you need to shave your head bald. You need to go to the thing and get one of those, one of the white Chinese mustaches, goatees and beards. And you have to have a Hawaiian shirt and shorts on so we can start calling you Master Yoshi from Dragon Ball Z.
That would be amazing. And he's got like a little ball that he can throw. It's got shit in it.
Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z?
No, I have not. I'm an adult. No, I have not.
Whatever. It was around when we were.
I haven't even seen Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
you're such a curmudgeon, Gregory.
I'm a curmudgeon.
That's what my father would say. Don't be such a curmudgeon.
I'm gonna come out there with the exact same riot shield that
He's
Stillwell
a tiny
would
Tim
make.
of Scrooge.
Okay, I'm gonna make a riot shield that Stillwell would make.
He's been waiting. He's up and
That's
holding that
Master
forever.
Yoshi.
That's what you gotta like look like.
Why?
Because
It looks like Joker.
it would actually make you cool.
It actually looks like Bulldog.
So glad he's not watching the stream.
God damn it is.
Oh no! I would have said it if he was on the stream. You know that, because it does. Doesn't mean someday
The
I
reason
won't
why,
be my dog.
the reason why is because
In 60
I think
years.
it's the turtle mastery, right? Is his kung fu style like turtle defensive thing? So that big shield that he
We
wears
went
on the back.
we went a minute over so we could talk about this.
Greg is more like curly. God.
Anyways,
Who is Krillin?
I didn't see that. Oh, that's funny.
What are you children
Yeah,
talking
especially
about?
because he gets worked up real easy.
All of Joker's guns are up for raffle at Big House now.
Oh, hell.
Greg has too much hair for that.
No, here's the thing though. He's also really small but really strong.
Yeah, so know what he really is? He's like, oh fuck, what the hell's Goku kid's name again?
Go cheese or something?
Gohan.
Yeah, Gohan is Goku's kid.
Gohan. Yeah, Gohan is what Greg would look like. Really small, super strong. And
Yeah.
boy, if you piss him off, he goes
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan.
He stands there and for like a whole episode.
All right, back on track. All right.
Oh, really? You think?
I'm trying to look.
Hey, Greg, cheer up. I deal with your whole humness all day at work.
61 inches. Thank you very much.
Hi ho, it's off to work we go.
What do you want?
In all seriousness, going back
What
to
is this? What do you
Operation
want?
Big House, should we
Baby
allow?
Hulk.
What?
a
No.
special- Are
Sorry.
you going to talk to your dog? Or are you going to talk to us? So,
She's talking to me. I'm trying to get her to shut the hell up.
Pop.
I kicked myself out.
So one per side. Try it for one evolution. If it becomes a problem, kick them off.
That works. We'll try it. Experimental. I like experimental.
Tried where? What are you talking about? You're not even going to the game.
I said try it. I like experimental.
Dear baby Jesus, please take me.
All right.
You're looking forward to my day off tomorrow, aren't you?
Please, oh God, all week.
I have no idea.
All week.
So Greg, does it feel like you have another son working with you?
Oh no,
No.
no. Feels like I have a annoying ex-wife who won't go away. I don't know what it is.
Hey, here's the difference. I'm going to give you money.
My ex-wife gave me money too.
Oh, well,
Let's get
shit.
everybody
fact.
to leave.
That is a fun fact. All right.
It is actually a very fun fact.
So another announcement to have. We're actually are going to have a Papa. You do not need to be onto this. There will be a special stream on Thursday. Thursday we're going to be going over just Operation Big House. Primarily streaming on Operation Big House's page to do a Q&A session about the game and all that fun stuff. So
I
you
guess
don't
I
need
better
to be
read my
on for
op
that.
words,
Huh?
I guess I better read the op words, huh? Are they
The
corrected?
upwards-
Are they
yes, they are
fixed?
corrected. They are
They are
corrected.
fixed. Okay, just making
Christian
sure before I
fixed them.
start reading them out loud.
Yes, Christian fixed them. We also made sure the times were correct and everything else.
Is the page shared somewhere?
Yeah, you need to resend those to me.
Yeah, it was actually shared on Central Penn Milsim's page.
Well, I'll
but
resend
you
to me
can-
when you get a chance.
But a big announcement is
Uh-oh,
you
big
can go
announcement.
you can go to cpmilsim.com for centralpennmilsim.com and you can actually see the rules and op boards up there. The website is now live.
Can you CP Mills? Can share that on our page as well, please?
Already did. I put it up there. So cpmilsim.com, you can check out the rules. The camo, I will never, I cannot stress this enough. The camo requirements are going to be in place. They're not going to change. There's going to be no exceptions.
Hang on. Did you just scratch your friggin' head with that thing?
It's a back scratcher.
I have one
Closed
just like
it up. He closed it up like he was doing something important, and he scratched his head.
What's wrong with that?
Can I go
Corey,
to
it'll be-
Indiana? Can I move to Indiana? And just please.
you know, that would be fucking hilarious if all of a sudden you said, I'm gone and go to Indiana. All right. So the stream will probably be right around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll make an announcement tomorrow night. I just got to, because I want to have Dylan on so we can do the Q&A. We're going to talk about some of the field, some of the stuff that we have for it. So we're going to go over a lot of the information that's there. Let me make something crystal clear. If you are not on Op 4, no black, no gray clothing.
Damn, that means I got to buy new boxers.
Sorry, that visual is just that broke me for a second.
Greg's face is such one of despair.
If you are on,
he's done.
I needed this to make it through the stream.
If you are on green, you can wear a civvy top, except for a Hawaiian shirt. That is reserved. If you're on tan, gray is not tan. Gray looks too much like Op 4. Your helmets better match your faction color, or you're not going to be able to wear them. The reason why we have to be hard asses on this, we do not want a repeat of Lockdown or at Firestorm 2, where we have problems with people stuff. You're being given ample notice. If you can't get a helmet cover for it, or rattle can. Jay, yes, gear can still be any color, although it's highly recommended so you don't get team killed to get a different the plate carrier to match your faction. If you don't, we can't. If you get shot, that was like one of the remember that was like some of the biggest like blue on blue stuff because people had the wrong plate carriers on.
If you need your helmet spray painted, come see us at Dead End Outfitters. We do custom paint.
Ooh.
All sorts of new
and the plug.
all sorts of new stuff. And while you're there, you might as well get yourself a D-Hop barrel, the best
That's
damn
right.
barrel
D-Hop
on the
barrel.
market.
That's where you're at. Whoa.
Beat you all to it that time.
And by the way, Greg, my gun performed awesome again.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, it did. So when we had the issue with shooting through the crack, he's over 300 feet away at the cone. So
At the cone.
guys,
we're standing in the doorway, no dead rags on, at the top, looking down on our guys who are dead, and I'm pegging them.
You're being serious? Or you're going to have all of it included? Okay, so that you want me to share this?
That's who I am. That's who I am.
What?
Did they make an NP9 AEG? That is a question for Greg. I have no idea. And Braxton.
I believe so, yeah.
So, anyways, when we had the crack incident, Wiener saw these two tan guys came out to talk to us and talk to
the
TMP9.
TMP9.
To have the discussion about what happened with the whole crack thing. All of a sudden, here's Wiener. Pop, 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 shooting him from like 300 feet away. At it from a downward, he was on a lower elevation to where they were. Hit him, and I'm like, no, they're dead, they're dead, they're dead. And we were just like,
I didn't see dead rag. I didn't see no lights.
Hang on. Garcia, you can go straight to hell. You go straight to hell. Stay there. Nobody's going to send you mail. Nothing. I hate him. I hate him. He calls the other day, and I answered. We answered the phone. Dead End Outfitters. Starts asking me questions in a very, which wasn't much different than his own accent, but he emphasized it even more. Do you have smoke bombs that explode? I'm like,
my face looking at Greg on this call.
And we have grenades that explode. What about smoke bombs that spray water? I'm like, what? What? And
I was literally like,
and he has yet to identify himself. By the way, he goes, I'm just playing, and I still don't know who it is. Because I've gotten these calls before. Jack knows he's gotten them too. I've gotten these calls before. I'm like, yeah, if I come out there with a gun, it shoots regular brass BBs, but I shoot from further away. No, you cannot do that. So we've got these smoke bombs that spray water. No.
Dude, I got a call. I asked if he could bring a slingshot once. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good question.
Thanks for bringing his ass into my life. I appreciate that.
Don't blame me. How
Antonio's
is
my
that
new
my
hero.
fault?
Antonio's my new hero. He's gonna be at Central Penn with us.
Oh my! Hey, you guys ever heard of that airsoft gun that was originally made for riot control? It spits like I think 100 rounds a second. No shit.
Yes.
I had a kid try to bring that to my field.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wrecker, you said TMP9?
Yes, TMP9. Yeah, we can get a TMP9. It may be on back order, but I know they're available.
There's two different things. There's an MP9 and a TMP9.
No, it's actually the company that makes it. The Brugger and Tomet MP9. That's why it's called the TMP9.
You almost broke Greg. It's great because Greg's like...
Greg doesn't know much about actual steel stuff. Or doesn't care to know much, put it that way.
We need a random calls with Papa segment. Do we call that... Here, no, we need
You really don't. You really don't.
I need to bring back Shit I Hear at Work. I call it Sheehaw. I used to do this with the puppy place all the time. And I legit... Some of this stuff is just gold.
Don't do it.
What? Don't bring up the...
Don't encourage these guys. It won't go well for you. I have a lot of your guns here.
What are you talking about? This is for you to express your frustration at stupid-ass calls that are funny as hell.
Yeah, so when I yell at someone thinking they're calling for fun, and it's an actual customer who's just
because they're
educated.
Seriously, it happens. This is my favorite one. I have a 77ZX94S. Do you have mags for that?
Oh, did you actually see there was a question up there that somebody asked about? Can you guys get a G36C competition? I love it. Or I had, under mine. Or no, here it is.
What?
Where can I get a G36 AEG? G36C AEG. Anyways, we did totally say that we were going to talk about this, but we're going to push it back to next week.
Thanks.
Remember the Women in Airsoft segment.
Why?
We're going to talk about it last week.
And then we said we'll talk about it this week, and we pushed off. It's not bad, Wiener. Like some people, I actually want to talk about it because there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, there's a lot of these fake Instagram women in Airsoft." I'm going to disagree.
Why don't we bring one or two on?
That's what I'm going to try to. I'll try to find a couple, because I could tell you, and I think Samantha just friended me on Facebook. Ashley was already on there. Get them two on it so we could talk about it because one's a newer
Real
player.
quick, the guy looking for a G36C. Looking like C's are hard to find right now, but there are X's and a few of the other G36 generic variants available that we can get you if you're interested.
Okay. Your wife plays. In fact, she'll be at Big House.
Cool.
My ex actually used to play, and she went to Milsim and was actually really actually it's not the right word. She was really involved, loved it, and was a good player.
So
that's one reason why I legit want to have an actual segment on it to talk about it, because I think that there's so many people that get jaded and think that women really don't play airsoft because the only thing they see is some of these models on Instagram. And
here's the thing: half the time, my ex was a model. Greg saw some photos of her today. She would look like just a dude, like in her airsoft gear. You had no clue.
So, did you say she looks like a dude?
In her airsoft gear, yeah.
And you're now fired because
in her airsoft gear.
What? You can't do that.
He said in his airsoft gear. You didn't say.
You saw a picture of her today.
Dude
in her
looks
airsoft
like a
gear,
lady.
you couldn't tell she looks like that.
3 hours, 14 minutes.
I know. I was going to wrap this up. Let's just push that back for the next one. So, everybody, with that being said, we went over our time for this evening. So we'll push that segment back to next time. You shut the hell up. Next week,
G36C with MOSFET, electric blowback. I'd probably get it for about $260, $270. Just let you know.
Who said that? I think it was Gunt that said that, right?
Yep.
Gert. Hey, reach out to Dead End Outfitters. Brax go deadendoutfitters.net. Hit them up. They'll go ahead and be able to get you everything that you. They're some of the best guys.
How does he keep calling me Papa Ewok? Did somebody tell him that's my name, by the way?
No,
You
it was
did.
brought up last stream.
I never said anything about Ewok.
We brought it.
Yes,
it
you
was brought
did.
up then. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. It was
Let me
towards.
show you.
Remember, you sent me the picture of the Yoda as well, and you said Papa Ewok. Yes, you did.
I don't believe I ever used the words Papa and Ewok in the same
Damn,
back to back.
Pathfinder's already showing up. Damn,
man, it doesn't suck when it hits them so
Can't
young.
wait to die.
I know.
Please,
So young.
please kill me.
It's so short too.
All I gotta do is just die.
You guys are awful.
You did say it last stream, and you
Yes,
brought
you
up
did. It
Papa
was brought up
Ewok,
last stream, and everybody caught on. Ewok just now. He said it.
Prove it.
and then
And he's gone again.
he's right
He's back.
there. I'm the only, unless he leaves, I'm the only with the power to do this. But I'm not putting you out of your misery. All right, guys. So next week's segment, we'll talk about women in airsoft, and we'll talk about fake airsofters. And yes, sir.
I have the power to do this.
Don't do it because that. All right, fine. I guess it is
Hi.
what mentioned Dead End Outfitters.
Yeah, Brack's here. He's still done.
Hi, I'm still here. Thanks.
So he still
Hey,
counts.
Beck.
There he is. He back.
Just wanted you to know that you were.
I know
doing
you
this
can take
power.
yourself out. Everybody has love for you, Papa. All right. So next week's segment, we're going to talk about Operation Big House. We'll talk more about Pew Pew at Sea because we went way over on our AAR. We will not have an AAR next week because obviously we're not going to be at an event. So first, for the last time tonight, we want to go and thank our awesome sponsors. We want to thank Papa from Dead End Outfitters for all the support they give us.
What?
Now you're fucking distracting me, man. I was going to mention Brax too. God damn it. Shut up.
But you said me from Dead and Outfit.
I pointed at you first.
Okay.
I had to point down to say Brax, but now you ruined the good intro. Wait, hold on. Retake this back. Okay, everybody, it's the end of the stream, so we'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors. We want to thank Papa from Dead End Outfitters and, of course, Brax from Dead End Outfitters for supporting us with all the awesome, cool guns. The D-Hop barrel, the home of the best patch barrel on the market today. Get yours now while you still can, because while you still have the way to have the advantage, because once everybody has it, it's a level playing field. How can I contact Papa? Dead End Outfitters. Dead End Outfitters.
There's a contact form right on deadendoutfitters.net. You can get me from Facebook, whatever, any one of those ways. Deadendoutfitters.net. Deadendoutfitters.net.
There you go. Deadendoutfitters.net. Okay. We also want to thank Big House Produce for all the cool stuff that they're doing for us as well, for also allowing us to come out for Operation Big House. And it just 3 weeks. Jesus Christ. We want to thank High Powered Airsoft. We want to thank ATE Airsoft or ATE Airsoft or Apocalyptic Tactical Event Airsoft, Bulldog and Wiener for all the support that you guys did. And thanks.
We'll start calling him Wiener Dog.
Wiener Dog. Thank you guys all for the props that you loaned us out and everything else.
You're welcome. It was definitely
also
worth
we want to thank all of you that stick around with us for 3 hours and 19 minutes and 32 seconds, watching us talk about airsoft nonsense, the interactions that we had.
Loosely
your
talk
guys'
about airsoft.
comments. We talked. Hey, we did not stop talking about airsoft today. Okay, but
Just
without
'cause you
you
showed
guys
up late.
giving us the comments, it actually makes only half the show. So the more you guys comment, the more you interact. The more we interact with you guys. Please keep it up. Also, please feel free to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere you possibly can to stay up to date on where we're going to be at. Come see us out on the field. Till next time, stay safe. Thank you guys for watching.